go dance with the angels.
Hello, I am dying. Please forgive me. Hello, hello, welcome, everybody. Hope everybody having a nice Saturday. Saturday, yeah, it is Saturday. Yes, it is Saturday today. Feliz sábado. I feel a little bit better compared to yesterday. Yesterday I fucking went to sleep at like 10 p.m. 8 p.m. I mean, I drank cold medicine and I went to sleep like I got knocked out so bad. I slept with my freaking lights on. That's how bad I felt yesterday. Usually, before I go to sleep, I have to have everything turned off, all lights. Unfortunately, I can't like cover the lights of my. What even is that thing? It's not the router. The internet thing. It's not the router. It's a different. I don't know what. I don't even know what it's called. But that's where the fiber optic is. So I put a little bit of electric tape on top of the LED on top of the LEDs because they're bright as hell. Like, oh my god, I can't believe they're freaking bright as heck. Hell, oh, hello. Oh wait, oh there we go. Now it is playing. Hello, Sentinel. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday today. Yeah. So, like I was saying, I feel a lot better compared to yesterday. Yesterday I just couldn't. I just fell asleep at like 8 p.m. And I didn't even brush my teeth. That's how bad it was. At least I didn't like start like having a runny nose or anything like that. But I did feel really bad, really bad. And I started feeling that like that around 7 a.m. No, actually no, like at around 8 a.m., maybe 9. I was at work, obviously doing stuff, and then I kind of like slowly started to feel like really tired. My eyes were starting to hurt, and I was like, what is going on? Why am I feeling like this? I started to think. I'm like, wait, was it because of my AC? But I don't think it is my AC. I always keep it at the same, I guess you would say, level. And I'm like, no, then it can't be my AC. It must have been something else. And then I remember this whole week, it's been the mornings have been pretty freaking cold. Maybe not winter cold, but they're pretty cold. So I'm like, oh wait, it's probably because of the freaking change of temperature. Like last week it was really hot and now it suddenly got cold. Maybe it's that. But thankfully I feel better now. So that's why I chose to do this. If for some reason I start feeling like, I don't know, tired or like sick, I may switch to something else. I don't know what I'll switch. Maybe God hand. We'll see. But hopefully no. Okay, hang on. Let me switch here. And also let me put this. There we go. I'm gonna minimize it.
Have you seen the Sun and Bone trailer yet?
Have I seen the Bone and Stone? I'm very suspicious about that. Wait, since you brought it up, let me Sun and Bone. What's the name of the developer? Wait, why's my keyboard all the way here? Sun and Bone. Team Kill Media. Yeah, this developer is really suspicious. I'm not accusing them. Wait, oh shit, you can't see my browser. Hang on, sorry. Okay, so this developer is really suspicious. Wanna know why? These two games. Now, let me bring up. Is it Metacritic? Yeah, Metacritic. Metacritic, I think, yeah, the Metacritic.com. There we go. Okay, so this one is Quantum Error. Let's search. What's the search bar? What the hell? Quantum Error. Okay, so this game, this is their first game, all right? And look at this. This doesn't. This isn't giving me any. This is not giving me anything.
Cap.
Yeah, it's not giving me trust vibes, if you know what I mean. At 3.7 and a 40 on 16 critic reviews and 70 user ratings. Now, the other one, The Fall of Ebris, I couldn't find this one on Metacritic. Like, it's not even here. Maybe they've added it. No, it's not. King of Lorne, The Fall of... Oh, it's already here. But it's to be dated. What do you mean it's to be dated? I mean, to be released. Okay, anyway. Anyway, 6.7. And the user reviews, they're not really that good. You got 16 positive reviews, you got 3 mixed reviews, and 7. So it's got like a 50-50 more or less. And then you got projects in the work. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including Sun and Bone. Yeah, this is not the portfolio of a good developer. That's why I'm not I'm not sold on the game. Just I'm not sold. I'm not sold at all on this video game. I've seen the trailer. Yes, it looks cool, but that's it. After looking into their portfolio, I'm like, this is very strange. This is very strange, you know? Also, let me check something. Oh no, for that I need to pull out Twitter. My Twitter. Can I pull them? Can I pull my own Twitter without doxing myself? No, I don't want to try. I don't want to like risk it. Google.com. Well, I don't actually have anything incriminating, but I don't want to try anyway. Sun and Bone Twitter. I hope it doesn't beg me to fucking sign in. Okay, so never mind. It is gonna fucking beg me to sign in. No, I don't care. You bastard! You bastard! You freaking Elon! You asshole! I hate you so much, Elon. Oh no, he's gonna get me canceled. I wanted to show you the funny bit, but unless I pull up my own Twitter thing, it's not gonna work, so yeah. But yes, I am. Don't let yourself be hyped by the fact that it looks like Turok, because yeah, that developer looks very suspicious. One might say they may pull a rock pull, or is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. They may pull something really suspicious in after release. Anyway, today we are starting the final Turok novel, read along thingamajig for this novel. Based on the best-selling video game Turok: Path of Destruction, which is a sequel to Turok: Arena of Doom, which is a sequel to Turok: Seeds of Evil, which is a sequel to Way of the Warrior, which is a retelling of Turok 2: Seeds of Evil on the N64. Oh, by the way, if you own the physical novels, like in this corner, there is actually like a small one of those flip things where you like you flip the pages and you can tell that there's like a little animation. One of them is Joshua, like he starts with a baseball bat and a baseball, and then as you like flip the pages, he slowly morphs into Turok. Like wait, let me actually grab my novels. Let's see. Okay, so the Way of the Warrior one is, yeah, Joshua starts with a baseball bat. Oh, well, I should say a baseball uniform. And then, oh wait, hang on. I'm gonna flip it over. I'll like quickly flip the pages. Then he slowly throws a baseball bat, prepares to like do a home run. But as you keep on progressing, his whole attire and stuff starts looking more like Turok. All the way. Oh wait, no, he. Oh yeah. So it looks like he's trying to throw out. I don't know how to, if it's a fastball or something. But yeah, his whole attire starts to look like Turok, and then the bat, it becomes a freaking thick bow, and it ends with, oh crap, it ends with the thick bow, with him holding a baseball and a baseball glove. I think, yeah, that's a baseball glove. And he's in the full Turok attire. On his back, what does he even have in the back? I can't tell if those are weapons or if that's like a quiver of arrows. But in one hand, he's holding the thick bow. So the baseball bat turns into a freaking thick bow. And the other one, let's see. The other one is... the other one is a little bit more... how would I say it? This one's a little bit different, or I should say more... I don't want to say generic, but more... something you would expect. So it's... it begins with like with a portal opening. A bunch of
Stripe 40S.
Oh, hello, little bro. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having wonderful sábado. Feliz sábado.
Hydrate.
Hydrate. Oh.
Stripe 40 Kiss.
Hang on, where is it? Where's my wata? Where's my wata? Oh. Accidentally pressed my toggle. Okay, so it begins with a portal slowly opening, and then Joshua comes out of the portal. The portal disappears. There's like a little bit of, I guess you could say, like dust particles or something, and he's out. Oh shit! Where's the final page? Is this the final page? Yeah, it is the final page. He just stands there, so it's not nearly as cool as the other one. And those are the only two animations that the novels have. When I first got the first novel, Way of the Warrior, I was like, oh shit, maybe the other. If this is what they have for this novel, then maybe the other three novels will have like different things. But no. Where's the Seeds of Evil? The Seeds of Evil one is also the same as the Way of the Warrior one. Joshua transforming into Turok, where going from baseball uniform to freaking Turok. And the Arena of Doom and Path of Destruction, they're the ones that have like Joshua coming out of the portal. Which is honestly like a wasted opportunity. They should have had each novel should have had its own like little animation thing. But one can only hope. Yeah, but yes, this is the novel I'll be reading to you. ASMR. Well, does a novel reading stream count as ASMR? Probably it does now. Really bad is ASMR, but still ASMR.
Does Arena of Doom include the Oblivion faction?
Does Arena of Doom? Oblivion doesn't exist in the novels. They're just the flesh
I
eaters.
always wanted to draw them.
They're just what do you call it? They're just called the flesh eaters. In the novels, they're essentially their own faction, but Oblivion is not mentioned in any of the novels, in any of the comics. I believe they only show up in the video game and in the comic book tie-in for Shadow of Oblivion. And also Rage Wars. I think in Rage Wars is where they came up with the whole idea of Oblivion. No, never mind. They came up with the idea for Oblivion in Seeds of Evil. But if I had to guess, the whole Oblivion thing was like a really, really, really late addition to the game. Because I own a strategy guide.
Draw them, and the abomination that failed but survived the mother's ritual. But the flesh eaters are very cool.
Yeah, so I own the what is it called? The official strategy guide. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Am I even typing? Yeah. Turok 2 strategy guide. Let me see if I can find an image of that one here. Oh yeah, I own this strategy guide, and there's no mention of Oblivion in this one at all. There's also another strategy guide that I own, and they also don't mention anything about Oblivion. So I'm assuming the Oblivion as a faction was something that was added very, very, very freaking late in development, like almost, I'd say probably like 2 weeks before release. What is this? Scans of the review of Turok 2 Seas of Evil and published in the magazine. What is this? The review of the game Turok 2 Seas of Evil scanned in magazines. Computer and video games. Ooh. Ooh, I'm gonna steal that. Joypad. Oh, but where is... Do they have a Japanese one? I'm saving this URL. I'm saving this URL for later. Where's Discord? I'm gonna put it on Discord so I don't forget. Yeah. Wait, somebody ping. Oh, never mind. It's just a freaking at everyone, probably. There's a reason I freaking muted at everyone in all the Discord servers that I'm in. There we go. Maybe I should have used my... I should have used the at everyone on my own server. Just to see how many people get pissed off. And I don't feel like doing that. I feel like that would probably annoy a lot of people. So yeah, Oblivion as a faction was added really late in development. That's why you really don't see them mentioned in the extended media or even in the strategy guides. They don't say anything about it. But yes, and that's one more reason why its Turok lore is so complicated.
Even if they're added late into development, I think with how little information we got from both T2, T3, they have a ton of potential.
You can probably go nuts with the Oblivion as a faction. I would go absolutely nuts with it. Like if I were given what do you call it? If I were given like a budget for I don't know, like a AA video game, I'd be like, okay, boys, let's make a video game about this thing from this franchise. But we're not gonna mention that it's from this franchise until the very end. It's gonna be like a surprise. We're gonna be doing a game around this thing. And then the surprise twist is gonna be, oh, it's actually prequel to this other game that a lot of people really liked. That's how I would do, like if I were like a, what do you call it, creative director? I don't know what they call it, their freaking jobs, something like that. I would just I'd be like that, and avoid also avoid using terminology from the from like Turok. So everybody's like, ooh, new video game, new IP, let's freaking go. And then they're like, what the fuck? This is based on Turok? That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it. I like it. I like that idea. And I'm gonna make it happen. Once I win the lottery, I need billions of I need billions of dollars. Who's the Nintendo? Hire me. Hire this man. Wait, why do I have some?
Turok 3 ended the Oblivion faction disappointingly, but
Why is there so many white pages? There we go. Turok Oblivion, who knows, maybe they still live. We can make it happen. We can resurrect them. We can pull a, what do you call it? We can pretend Turok 3 never ended. It was like the climax. or like the pre-climax
The
thing.
bigger question is, what were the Lazarus of Concordance and Ivry planning?
If I had to guess, they wanted to unify the Lost Land with the rest of the universe. If you read the Turok 2 comics, the Council of Voices, they just wanted to merge the dimensions by destroying. I think they wanted to destroy the what is it called? No, they wanted to detonate a bunch of nukes so that they could create an what's it called? The unification bridge, and that would essentially unify the Netherscape with our universe. The problem being that 90% of the planet, 90% of the population on Earth would die from the creation of the unification bridge or something like that. I think that was like that was like what was going to happen. But then Joshua is like, "Are you out of your freaking minds?" And destroys the what is it called? The device that they wanted to. He destroys the device, or I should say the gateway that was being built, because the problem was, or I should say the Lost Land would crumble in 200 years, and he's like, in 200, and Josh is like, in 200 years you should have already come up with some way to prevent the destruction of the Lost Land. So bye bye. Okay, there we go. It says, for thousands of years, the eldest male of the Sequin tribe protected the gateway, the passageway between Earth and the Lost Land of Galliana. In time, this eldest became known as Turok, protector of the Earth, the mantle.
I think it's great that they didn't conclude the series with any solid points that would make our theories wrong or something. Pretty much an open-ended question that anyone can fill in the blanks.
Indeed, indeed. I was. Okay, hang on. Where am I?
Typing. I want to hear what you're reading. Face with
no problem.
tears, the joy beaming. Face
you can actually
with
type.
smiling
Don't worry
eyes.
about that. I'll try to answer questions, even if I have to pause in reading the novel. For thousands of years, the eldest male of the Sequin tribe protected the passageway between Earth and the Lost Land of Galliana. In time, this eldest became known as Turok, protector of Earth. The mantle of Turok continues to be passed on from one generation to the next in an unending battle to keep Earth from being destroyed. Turok, Path of Destruction, Adventure Number 4, by Michael Tatebaum. Don't go to this website. It doesn't exist. I was lucky to find these novels on this website, but now it's gone. If you try to go there, it's now a freaking, what do you call it? One of those weird websites that gives you a virus if you're not careful. For Sheliga, as always, I have no idea who that is. Okay, so this is just the whole thing. Credits and stuff. Prologue. The story so far. We find 17-year-old Joshua Fireseed, high school baseball star and current Turok, his wisecracking brain best friend Barry Hakowitz, also 17, and Josh's 15-year-old tragically hip sister Allison, trapped in the lost land of Galliana. This bizarre place is made up of bits and pieces of many worlds from many dimensions. It is the responsibility of the eldest male of each generation of the Fireseed family of the Native American Sequin tribe to be a Turok, a protector of Earth. Openings called Fall Gates exist in the fabric of time and space that connect the lost land to Earth. Because a Fireseed ancestor found the energy pocket responsible for opening the doorway between Earth and the horrible lost land, Turoks for thousands of years have defended Earth and the Lost Land from attacks by the deadly evolved dinosaurs of Galiana, called dinosaurs. The mantle, the burden of being a Turok passes from one generation to the next in the Fireseed family. The last thing Joshua Fireseed wanted to or expected was for the burden of his family's responsibility to fall on his shoulders. But when his uncle Carl returned to Earth from Galiana on the brink of death, young Joshua inherited the job of protecting Earth as the new Turok. Along with the responsibility, Josh also inherited the fringe leather satchel carried by all Turoks, known as the Light Burden. This seemingly empty bag is is actually filled with the energy source that opened the portals between Earth and Galiana. It gives Turoks access to an almost infinite arsenal of weapons, magical objects, and powers. In order to withdraw a weapon from what seems like an empty bag, all a Turok has to do is reach into the Light Burden, focus his thoughts in deep concentration, and pull out the appropriate item. The dimension-spanning power of the Light Burden had also transported Josh, Barry, and Allison to the savage Lost Land. There, Josh was forced to learn the ways of a Turok, using the weapons in the Turok arsenal pulled from the Light Burden to battle such deadly Lost Land creatures as the T-Rex dinosaurs, flying mutant pteranodons, man-sized ants, giant cave spiders, and other deadly mutant creatures. Turok's adventures in the Lost Land eventually led him to the arena of the malignant warlord who was known as the Campaigner. The Campaigner captured prisoners who were then forced to fight in his arena for the entertainment of spectators. Trapped with the other prisoners and then forced to battle the powerful Campaigner himself, Turok escaped through a fall gate opening just as the arena exploded in flames, taking the Campaigner along with it. Emerging through another fall gate opening, Josh rejoined a band of free prisoners and former guards, including Barry and Allison, and resumed his search for a way to return to Earth. Josh's skill in traveling through the Netherscape, the area between fall gates, is improving, but he has yet to find the right opening that can bring him, Allison, and Barry home and finally end his continuing Lost Land nightmare. Chapter 1. A strange group of weary Earthlings and aliens trudge single file through the dense jungle of Galiana, moving ever northward towards a mysterious destination known only as the Gateway. Each member of this group believed that finding the Gateway was their best chance of getting home. At the head of the odd expedition was Joshua Fireseed, a Sequin warrior from Oklahoma who was the reigning Turok of the Lost Land. As Turok, he was the hereditary protector of Earth like his countless male ancestors before him. At his side, Josh carried the Light Burden, a mystical fringe satchel handed down from Turok to Turok. The Light Burden gave Joshua Fireseed access to a vast arsenal of powerful weapons. To arm himself, all Josh had to do was reach into the satchel, concentrate, and withdraw a variety of weapons, ranging from a simple combat knife to a futuristic firestorm cannon. Right now, he wielded a sharp sickle, which he used to slice through the thick brush of Galiana. As the foliage went flying, Josh found himself face to face with a huge creature. "Drop back!" the young Turok ordered the others, who all ran for cover. The monstrous beast that Josh now faced had a long neck that ended in a narrow jaw, which was open wide to reveal two rows of sharp, gleaming teeth. The beast launched at Turok. "Gotta buy enough time to get a weapon," thought Turok as he leaped on top of the creature's head. The long neck beast roared and lifted its head high in the air, grabbing a fistful of scaly lizard skin with his left hand. Turok hung on for dear life. With his right hand, he reached deep into the Light Burden, which hung on his shoulders. Josh withdrew his hand. Josh withdrew his hand from the satchel and produced a sequin talon. The sharp, twin-bladed weapon was strapped on his hand with thick strips of leather. The creature whipped its head to the side, sending Turok flying. He crashed into the low bushes and glanced up to see the beasts closing in on him. Turok extended his right arm and sliced upward with his twin blades, slashing open a double gash in the monster's throat. A torrent of blood poured down from the wound like a red waterfall. Turok rolled out of the way to avoid getting soaked as the creature dropped in its tracks, its life flowing out onto the jungle floor. Turok rejoined the others and resumed his trek as if nothing had happened. "Just another day in the office for Turok," he announced to his companions. "Let's keep moving." Behind the young Turok followed Beetle, an alien from Eron 8, a low-gravity planet. Until recently, Beetle had served as a member of the elite guard for the campaigner. The bloodthirsty campaigner, a dangerous warmonger, had recently been overthrown and destroyed in a prisoner revolt led by the young Turok. Vidal and other elite guards had joined with the prisoners to help defeat their evil master. Vidal was short, squat, and amazingly powerful. He stood about 4 feet high and was 3 feet wide. His thick, short legs were similar to the legs of an elephant on Earth. His head was completely bald and he had no ears, just holes on either side of his head. Vidal was armed with a curved laser sword and a repulsion shield. Vidal had a good idea where the gateway was located, so he and Josh led the others. Next came Allison Fireseed, Josh's younger sister. Back on Earth, Allison had been angry and rebellious, tattooed and pierced. On Galliana, she'd already had many startling adventures, including being recruited and trained as a member of the campaigner's elite guard. She was still wearing her guard's uniform and carrying a laser spear. "Yo, big bro," Allison called out. "When are we gonna rest? We've been moving at a breakneck pace for days. I'm beat. I need more than just a few hours of sleep every 24 hours. Josh didn't break stride. He didn't even look back to answer Allison. "I'm the one that just battled that beastie and I'm not tired. Keep moving," he ordered. "The further we get from the campaigner's battle compound, the safer we will be." When the arena blew up, the explosion was heard all over Galliana. Who knows who will come to investigate what happens? Josh hacked at a vine blocking his path with his sickle, then continued on his way. "The young Turok is right," the Viperian male told Allison. "It's best if we put distance between ourselves and the ruins." His path, along with 2 other aliens, Dermok and Petrov, follow in Allison's tracks. Allison's tracks. His path, Dermok, and Petrov have been captives in the campaigner's compound. They were now partners in the great quest to reach the gateway and return to their home world. His path had a human body, the head of a serpent, and a forked tongue. The Viperian wore a long robe. A wise old sage, he abhorred violence and carried no weapon. Dermok was emerald green. His long, vine-like arms almost reached his ankles. On his hip, he wore a blaster pistol. He was an expert shot. Petro was bright red and he had purple spike hair. 3 eyes ran across his large forehead. Petro had been a law officer back on his native planet. He carried a photon rifle. Dangling from his belt was a long, sharp dagger. "We'll stop for a rest after we travel a few more miles," Petrov told Allison. "I just don't get it," Peterson Hakowitz complained. Barry brought up the tail end of the expedition. The campaigner is dead. The soldiers and guards who were loyal to him were wiped out in the uprising. What do we have to fear? Who could be following us? Petro glanced back at Barry. Dinosaur troops, he answered matter-of-factly. Barry stopped short. He shuddered, which caused his glasses to wiggle down to the bridge of his nose. He used a finger to slide the frames back in place. Why would dinosaurs come here? He questioned. Petrov shrugged his shoulders. Without a doubt, they've gotten wind of the campaigner's demise. They'll know about his captives being released. A lot of the former prisoners are human. Petrov continued to move down the trail his friends were blazing. Dinosaurs hate humans. A dinosaur trooper will go a long way just for the pleasure of slaying a single human. Oh, Barry muttered, glancing back over his shoulders nervously as Petrov disappeared in the foliage ahead. When Barry turned back, Petrov was gone. Hey! Barry screamed. Wait up! I'm human, and I'm being slain. It's definitely not on my to-do list for today. Barry blundered forward, anxiously glancing behind him as he ran. He'd already had too many close calls when it came to unexpected contact with the advanced reptilian race known as the Dinosaurs. He didn't want to meet up with any more. On and on the group went, slicing a narrow path through the thick undergrowth. Hour after hour, they chopped their way through the viny, overgrown jungle. Finally, near the end of the day, the ragtag group of Lost Land refugees reached a peaceful little clearing near a glistening pool of water. We'll camp here for the night, Josh announced as his exhausted followers staggered into the lush, grassy meadow. No one argued. Finally, Allison sighed. She flopped down on the grass and began to massage her aching ankles. I'm all for traveling to the ends of Galliana to reach the gateway. I want out of this cosmic cesspool more than anyone, but why can't we charter a hovercraft or hitchhike a ride on the back of one of those flying dinosaurs? What do you call them? Actually, they're mutated pteranodons, Barry muttered breathlessly as he entered the clearing and sat down beside Allison. And I don't think they'd appreciate being saddled and ridden like racehorses in the Galliana Derby. So let's ride them bareback, Allison replied, as long as we don't have to walk all the way to the gatekeeper. At the mention of the gatekeeper's name, a hush fell over the alien in the group. The gatekeeper was regarded as a mysterious and malevolent force. He was a Karobit. In all of the Lost Land, he was the only one from his planet. We'll crawl on our hands and knees to reach the gatekeeper if we have to, Josh told his sister. His path claims the gatekeeper can send anyone anywhere on Galliana or beyond for the right price. His gateway terminal must be something like a large-scale folding eye. I'm pretty sure that should have been Foldgate, but whatever. Josh tapped the back polished opal lens that he wore attached to his bandana over his right eye. The folding eye enabled him to see countless visible openings and travel between places in Galliana, other dimensions, and time periods. He must be a master of the Foldgate openings. Josh said. He shook his head sadly. If I knew how to navigate a netherscape that connects the portals as well as he does, we wouldn't need the gatekeeper to help us return to Earth. I could take us there myself. Barry looked up at his friend. Don't be so tough on yourself, Josh, Barry advised. Traveling through portals in the perplexing netherscape isn't as simple as learning to turn a double play. Back on Earth, Josh was a star second baseman for his high school baseball team. According to what you've told me, there are millions and millions of Foldgate openings. How are you supposed to know which one goes where? Joshua Fireseed stared at Barry Hackowitz. I am the Turok, he replied. I'm supposed to know. You are still young and inexperienced, Turok, his pack corrected. You already know how to use the light burden and how to make short journeys through the portal. In time, you will master the travel technique. The old Viperian's forked tongue whipped out of his mouth. You must remember, the Karobit known as the Gatekeeper is over 130 years old. he has learned much during his lifetime. Perry whistled in amusement. Now there's a guy who had plenty of time to practice, he joked. What do you think, Josh? In 130 years, maybe you'll be able to get us back to Earth and pull off an unassisted triple play. Josh smiled. He could always count on Barry for a laugh, even when things looked grim. What do you know about this gatekeeper guy? Josh asked his pet. The Carobid's 6 eyes and not are... Wait, what? The Carobid's 6 eyes are non-attached floating orbs, explained the Viperian. He sees things other beings cannot. Bright objects that sparkle or glitter are very attracted to him. He adores jewels and precious metals. I've heard the gatekeeper is 7 feet 4 inches tall and has 6 arms, Dermot called out. Petrov glared at his former cellmate. All Carobids are over 7 feet tall and have 6 arms and eyes, he said. He paused. They're all masters of transportations. They are also greedy and unscrupulous. They are an evil, wicked race, but some are worse than others. Josh stared at Petrov. Until then, Petrov had never had much to say about the gatekeeper. His pet, the Viperian sage, had provided the group with most of the background on the alien harbor master. Vidal the warrior was one who'd actually once sighted the Carobid while he was on a mission as a guard for the campaigner. What do you know about the campaigner? Josh asked Petrov. Are you keeping some information from us? Petrov shook his head. His long spiked purple hair shook. As you know, I was a galactic law officer on my homeworld, he explained. I heard stories about a criminal Carobid who was banished from his world for unspeakable crimes against his kind. Do you think the gatekeeper could be that criminal? Allison gasped. Petrov shrugged. He shrugged a lot. It was a habit. I have no way of knowing, he replied. How the gatekeeper got into Galliana, I cannot guess. Perry jumped to his feet as if something had just occurred to him. That would explain why the gatekeeper stays on Galliana when he has the power to go home anytime he wants, Perry shouted. Maybe he's not welcome back home anymore. Then he sighed. Just our luck. The one guy who might be able to help us is a psycho criminal guilty of unspeakable crimes who can even go home himself. I love this place. Carobids are greedy, Dermot argued. The gatekeeper makes a fortune transporting others out of this dismal place. Maybe he stays in Galliana because the money is good. One by one, everyone turned to look at Josh. He was deep in thought. There was a short, tense silence. What do you think, Turok? Vidal asked. Is the gatekeeper to be trusted or not? No one in the Lost Land can be trusted completely, Josh replied. We have no choice but to deal with the gatekeeper, but that doesn't mean we have to trust him. Never trust a Carobid completely, Petrov warned. He lay down on the grass and shut his eye. Dermot also lay down. I think we should all sleep now, Josh advised. I'll take the first watch. Hispat shook his head. No, he disagreed. I will stand guard first, he said. I am not as weary as you. Even a Turok must sleep. That is so, Vidal said. I will take the next watch, followed by Petrov and Dermot. He pointed his massive hand at Josh. You will take the last watch, Turok. What about me? Allison asked. No watch just because I'm a girl? And me, Barry called out. Just because I'm clever and funny and not a terrible good fighter and afraid of my shadow, and somebody stopped me here. You two can sleep, Vidal said. Earlings need more rest than most other races. That's what I meant. Well, in that case, I won't argue, Barry said. He lay down and shut his eyes. Allison did likewise. Josh lowered his head to the grass. Slowly he closed his heavy eyes. His brain was filled with disturbing thoughts. Petrov's tale had him worried. Could the gatekeeper be trusted? Was he really a vicious outlaw who'd been banished from his own planet?
Hello.
Hello, Brandon. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Currently, I'm reading the novel, the Turok novel, Path of Destruction, the fourth novel, sequel to Turok, Arena of Doom, sequel to Turok, Seeds of Evil, sequel to Turok, Way of the Warrior, which is a retelling of the Turok video game, Seeds of Evil. Oh god, that is a long thing. That can be taken out of context. Maybe I should probably have worded it better. Oops. What did I left off? Okay, right here. Hang on. I'm gonna highlight it. Okay, there we go. Hours later, Dermok reached out and prodded Turok with his long arm. Turok, Dermok whispered so as to not disturb the others. It is time for your watch. Josh forced his eyes to open. He sat up and blinked. He'd dreamed of his home in Oklahoma. In the dream, he saw his sister, Vivian Jakashaw, and her children, Clay and Beth. Josh missed his family sorely. I'm awake, Dermok, Josh said. He stretched his cramped muscles. Any problems? No, Dermok whispered. It's been as quiet as an asteroid burial shrine. Josh nodded. Dermok smiled
Asterisk raise, asterisk. I never played the classic version. I play the reboot version of the game.
Oh no. Oh no. We gotta... I was gonna say something weird, but no. You need to play the classics. You cannot enjoy the... actually play the classics. Honestly, play the classics and you'll realize how bad the reboot is. Like, really bad. It's not even a good shooter. If you take out the Turok brand, it's not even a good shooter. I don't recommend that game. I'd rather play Call of Duty than that game. And I hate Call of Duty. Except for Modern Warfare 2. I freaking enjoy the multiplayer on that one. But only because it was like everything was so overpowered, nothing was actually overpowered. Blah 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 blah. Where the hell did I left off? Just okay.
I'm sorry, and yes, it's bad to the point I question my life.
You can always wash out the bad days by playing a good game. Any good game. It doesn't just have to be the Turok games. Josh nodded. Dermok smiled and laid down the grass to catch a few more hours of sleep before daybreak. In an instant, he was sound asleep. Josh looked over at Allison and Barry. Allison was dozing peacefully. Barry was snoring loudly. I want to find a way to get us back home, Josh said softly to his sleeping sister and best friend. I promise. The next hour crawled by at a snail's pace. For the most part, the Black Night was quiet except for the usual jungle screeches, calls, and cries. It was almost dawn when Josh first heard the unusual noises. There were noises that didn't fit with the usual chorus of nocturnal sounds. The thundering of heavy footfalls echoed out of the black jungle. Josh heard the snapping of twigs and the splinter of tree limbs. Instantly, he got to his feet and looked in the direction of the ominous noises. He cautiously scanned the shadows for traces of approaching danger. All of his keen senses were on alert as he watched and waited. Slowly, he reached deep into the light burden dangling at his side and pulled out his stick bow and arrows. He fitted an energy-charged arrow to the bowstring and remained still.
I think I should try playing classic ones.
Yes, do it. Buy them. Buy them on sale if you have to. Just don't play the originals in the N64 unless you absolutely want to experience what they play like back then. Only Dinosaur Hunter is playable in original hardware. Turok 2 and Shadow of Oblivion, they're very hard to get used to again. More so Turok 2 because of the frame rate issues that the old N64 version of the game has. Like, actually, they're not that bad. They're only bad if you try to play on high resolution. Don't play on high resolution. Skip. Yeah, it looks nicer and all, but you'll be playing a game in like 5 frames a second. Maybe I should have like I should do like a comparison video between high res and what's it called, low res and high res letterbox. I think high res letterbox is like the better way to play high res. It's not nearly as frame. It doesn't like drop a lot of frames, but it still drops to an extent. Also, Rage Wars 30 frames. I don't know how they pulled that one out. 30 frames, 4-player thing. Yeah. Then again, the graphics in Rage Wars are really downgraded and the models are really simplistic. Maybe that's why they pulled off 30 frames on the N64, like constant 30 FPS. The noises continued to get even louder. Something was coming towards them. It was smashing its way through the jungle. Petrov and Vidal were the first of the group to stare. Hearing the sounds, they snatched up their weapons and joined Turok in their position.
Alrighty, I think I should try it.
Heck yeah, we got one. We got another one. One more to the call. Oh, to the totally not called of Turok. I'm not even sure if like YouTube censors certain words. That's where like sometimes I like, oh, this is fine on Twitch, but this is probably not fine on freaking YouTube. I hate how sensitive YouTube is with like random words. Whatever. It's not like it's gonna get better. They snatch up their weapons and in ready positions. Okay, Dermok and his pet were the next to awoken. Dermok pulled his blaster pistol from its holster. The two aliens joined the others. Allison yawned and sat up. Her eyelids snapped open and as the frightening noises increased in intensity. Barry snorted and jerked up in a sitting position. Still here? He asked with great disappointment as he woke from a dream. I hate when that happens. I don't suppose the jungle has room service. Hunters! Vidal cried in a trace of dread in his voice. Dinosaur hunters! He looked at Petrov for confirmation of his statement. Petrov nodded and checked to make certain his photon rifle was ready to fire. May the gods of Viperion protect us all, his pet implored, chanting an ancient prayer for peace softly to himself. The dinosaur hunters that now stalked the travelers were the results of centuries of selective breeding for savagery. The hunters were huge reptilian bloodhounds used by dinosaur troopers as instruments of terror and death. The creatures were heavily muscled and powerfully built. The hunters had the ability to leap great distances when in pursuit of the prey.
My cousin was COD fanatic to the point he think the reboot version was a new age millennium or something, I dunno. Also H is the one who introduced me that garbage.
Oh no. Bad cousin. You should sue him for it. Once they picked up the scent of their intended victims, they never turned back until those victims were ripped to pieces or they themselves were destroyed. Spread out, Biddle said. It sounds like there are 2 of them. I'd guess 3, Josh corrected. Let's form a circle with our backs to each other so they can't get behind us. Then, his pet, Barry, and Allison can get in the middle of our battle circle. No, refused Allison. I've been trained as a warrior. She picked up her laser spear, and I will fight. Allison had gone through extensive combat training while she was prisoner in the campaigner's compound. Her skills with weapons, coupled with her natural athletic skill and physique disposition, made her a fierce opponent. Join the ranks, Allie, Joe said. Allison took a battle position between Dermok and Petrov. And I'll do what? Asked Barry. Make all the arrangements for our victory party once all you warrior types have wiped out the baddies. Finger food works for the best for the occasions, I found. That is assuming any of us have any fingers left. Join me, young Earthling, called his path from the center of the circle formed by the warriors. "We will be safer here." Barry agreed and quickly moved over to his path. The sun slowly began to rise. The first faint rays of yellow light trickled through the dark jungle. Dawn was breaking. Josh turned to his small army as nearby treetops went crashing down to the ground. "Get ready," he said as he raised his tech bow. Roar! Out of the black jungle sprang a demon dinosaur hunger with its fang glistening in the early daylight. Chapter 2. Fire! Josh screamed as another hunter came bounding out of the brush. Josh leveled his tech bow and fired. A tech arrow whistled through the air and sped towards the head of the lead hunter. The energy-charged arrow struck the monster's head and exploded in a massive plasma burst on contact. The hunter's thick skull burst apart, spilling out particles of its small brains and gallons of blood. The headless creature took 2 steps forwards, powered by its own momentum, then fell to the ground, clawing and twitching as a river of red gushed out of the gaping hole left behind by its severed head. The second hunter sprang towards Dermot, Petrov, and Allison. Dermot whipped his blaster pistol forward, firing from the hip. Sap! The gun's deadly beam blasted a hole in the savage head's chest. The wound would have downed most creatures, but it didn't stop the hunter. Petrov then fired his photon rifle. Blam! A searing blast ripped through a portion of the hideous reptile skull. Blood squirted out of the wound like a fountain. Still, the monster did not fall. Allison raised her laser spear to meet the monster's charge as it came flying through the air at them. Swinging its powerful limbs, the hunter swatted the spear from Allison's hand, then knocked her to the ground. Using her legs for leverage, Allison forced the bleeding beast off of her, then rolled over and picked up her spear just as the hunter lunged for her throat. The hunter landed on the razor-sharp lady point of her lance. Its own weight dropped the point of the spear deep into its heart. The creature kicked and violently shook from head to tail. Inside, the beast's heart was literally sliced in two. It tumbled to the ground with Allison's spear protruding from its body. Its bloody, lifeless body. "That's 2! Where is the other one?" Barry asked as he nervously looked around from the center of the defensive circle. "There's nothing I hate more than a dinosaur hunter you can't see, except maybe 2 that you can't see, or maybe 1 that's ripping your face off." Barry's anxious babble was cut short when the third and last dinosaur hunter sprang from its hiding place in the brush. It sailed through the air right towards the tight little group. Biddle stepped forward to meet the beast's charge. He drew back his glowing laser sword and then sliced forward with all of his might. The blade sank into the creature's face and clipped its head into two equal parts. Blood and particles of bone and brain sprayed in the air like a geyser. The monster dropped to the ground. Without a moment's hesitation, Biddle struck again. He gave the creature a final deadly blow on the back that chopped through its backbone and severed its spine. Biddle turned towards his friends. His white body was covered with thick droplets of dinosaur blood. "That's 3, he called out, "but the battle's not over. Hunters usually attack as an advance force. A troop of dinosaur soldiers are sure to be hard on the reptilians hunters killed, and my guess is that these troopers will be raptoids." Allison shuddered. She knew that raptoids were amongst the fiercest and most brutal of all dinosaur troopers. The killing-crazed creatures were mutant descendants of the velociraptors. The raptoids knew no fear and had no concept of mercy. They didn't just kill their foes, they ripped their bodies into pieces, delight in shredding flesh from bone. The troopers possessed astounding physical abilities. They were strong, agile, and well-conditioned. They could run at top speed for for days and still have enough energy at the end of the chase to attack with vigor. Their weapons of choice were huge steel gauntlets. These bulky metallic globes had razor-sharp edges that could slice a human in two as easily as a hot knife cuts through soft butter. "Should we make a run for it?" Barry asked. "They'd only track us down," Josh said, his ears perked up. New terrifying sounds echoed out of the jungle. It was the sound of a troop column on the march. Everyone looked to Josh, waiting the orders to their chosen commander. We'd best make our stand here," Josh said. He glanced around. "Let's fall back to the edge of the pool. With the water at our backs, we'll only have to face the raptoids on one side." Josh reached into his light burden. He pulled out a heavy pistol and a plasma rifle. He offered the pistol to Pispat and the rifle to Barry. "We'll need everyone to fight this time," he explained. Barry quickly accepted the plasma rifle. "Do you remember how to use it?" Josh asked. "Aim and pull the trigger," Barry replied. "Kind of a low-tech version of a point and click. Only here, unlike on my computer, things really die. With any luck, I won't be one of them." Josh nodded. He turned to his pad and extended the heavy pistol. The Viperian sage was reluctant to accept the weapon. "I respect your beliefs when it comes to violence," said Josh. "I don't like to kill unnecessarily either, but this is a matter of survival. For everyone, the more weapons we have on our side, the better chance we have of making it." His pad nodded. His serpent head slowly bobbed up and down. He took the pistol, then took his place in line between Dermok and Allison. "Here they come," Beetle asked. Beetle called out. A line of raptoid burst from the underbrush and discovered Turok and his friends. 5 snarling reptiles appeared, their tails whipping menacingly from side to side behind them. Those 5 were quickly joined by another 10 and then another 10. The raptoids stood there forming ranks and staring at their intended victims. There was no reason to rush to the attack. Their prey was cornered. The savage beast paused to savor the moment. Josh watched the drooling, growling beast as he once again reached into his light burden. Slowly, he pulled out one of his favorites and most effective weapons, the auto shotgun. The auto shotgun could fire 12-gauge rounds like a machine gun. Why don't they charge already?" Barry sputtered. His nerves were fraying. His index finger played anxiously around the trigger of the plasma rifle. Barry could find the humor in almost any situation, and during his time in the Lost Line, he had faced death in a variety of forms, but the scene unfolding before him was almost more than he could handle. The raptors had now massed into a pack of about 30 or 40 snapping, snarling, sinister creatures, and still more were pouring out of the jungle. "They're forming ranks," Pedro explained. "They'll attack in 4 waves of 15 raptoids each. Few of their foes last longer than the second wave. This time will be different," Josh bowed. "We'll be here when the last wave is reduced to a trickle of raptoid blood." He cocked his auto shotgun and leveled the barrel at the mass of the raptoid troopers. "Come and get us, you cold-blooded, scaly-skinned buttwipes," he chided. They should have done so. They should have brought something different for that.
I dug up some research and I found out there's an animated Turok. Well, there's a cartoon version of it, but more violence, of course.
Yes, it is called Turok, Son of Stone. It is based on the original Gold Key comics. Very good movie. That I wish I could stream on YouTube, but the one time I tried it, I got copyright struck in like almost immediately. Oops. I don't know how to stream it on YouTube. Funny enough, Twitch, it was fine on Twitch, but not on YouTube. Like Twitch, I was able to stream just fine that movie, but then freaking YouTube, they were like, nope, you're not streaming movie without Disney noticing. I hate Disney. I hate Disney so much. Or I should say, wait, Disney is owned by... I mean, Universal is owned by Disney? I don't know. I don't know how that works. La, 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 la,
Hello,
la.
N.
Hello, Nelson. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday today. Currently, we're reading the Turok novel, Turok Path of Destruction, sequel to Turok Arena of Doom, sequel to Turok Seeds of Evil, sequel to Turok Way of the Warrior, which is a retelling of the Turok video game, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. Sorry about that. Okay.
Nice.
Turok said Hispat this passionately. I'm cold-blooded. No offense intended, my Viperian friend. Turok apologized. None taken. Hispat answered. The Viperian sage raised his heavy pistol to a firing position. They're charging! Biddle yelled as the first wave of Raptors bolted forward. Blam, blam, blam. Turok's auto shotgun blazed as he fired round after round of high-intensity bullets. Swarms of deadly pellets ripped into the fearless reptiles. One blast blew open the stomach of the Raptoids nearest to Turok. Blood, guts, and chunks of intestines went flying as the monster dropped mortally wounded. A second Raptoid had its head blown off its body. The skull went sailing back into the ranks of the Raptoids, waiting their turn to attack. A third monster was blasted into a chunk of bloody bits and pieces. An arm landed here, a piece of torso fell there, a leg landed way over there. The dead creatures looked like a grisly jigsaw puzzle. Blam, 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 pow, kapow, blah, sap, sap, bang. Josh's blast sent a signal to the others. Dermot, Petrov, Barry, and even Hispat opened up and rained a devastating stream of firepower down the first wave of attackers. Raptors were riddled with bullets and laser blasts. Bodies became perforated like Swiss cheese. Blood poured out of the holes and soaked the ground beneath the monster's feet. The streams of blood poured into the pool as the defenders backed and changed the color of the water from icy blue to crimson. Dinosaur corpses piled up as the first wave of attackers was wiped out completely. The bodies formed a mountain line of corpses less than 10 yards from the staunch group of brave Earthlings and aliens. Well, gasped Petro, we survived the first wave. I hope our luck holds out, Turok cried as he raised the red-hot barrel of his smoking auto shotgun.
But no tech yet and cavemen.
No tech and cavemen? Hmm? Yes. Well, gasped Petro, we survived the first wave. I hope our luck holds out, Turok cried as he raised the red-hot barrel of his smoking auto shotgun. Here comes the next wave. The Raptoids swept forward, ignoring the lifeless bodies of their comrades killed in action. They trampled the bleeding corpses beneath their feet. On they came with their jaws snapping and the razor-sharp gauntlets on their arms lashing out at their steady-fast foes. Blam, blam, blam! Josh sprayed the middle of the wave with a relentless barrage of fire. Shotgun blasts ripped dinosaur flesh apart, cutting down 3 of the wave's frontrunners. The hail of fire continued mercilessly, but still, the wave of Raptoids moved forward. Dermot fired his blaster and exploded the head of an adversary just before he could reach Allison.
Disney is Solace Company.
Thanks, Dermot, shouted Allison. I owe you one. But Allison could never get the opportunity to repay her debt. Before the headless Raptoid had even hit the ground, another Raptoid broke from the ranks and was on top of Dermot. The murderous beast wiped its finely honed gauntlet into a circular motion. The sharp edges of the metallic rope slit open Dermot's throat. Emerald green blood gushed out as Dermot's neck buckled and he fell forward. He died before his torso touched the turf. Dermot! Yelled Allison as she leaped into the air and came down using all her weight to plunge her laser spear into the back of the Raptoid who slain her friend. The Raptoid squealed in rage and turned towards Allison. Biddle stepped up and with a mighty thrust to his laser sword disemboweled the creature. He withdrew his bloody blade from its midsection and hacked at another attacker. He cut it down by chopping off its arm, then its head. Josh! Just yelled Allison as the last raptor in the second wave was shot to shreds by Barry and Petro. They got their mob! He was a good friend, Josh yelled as he put the auto shotgun up his shoulder. He thought briefly of how their mob had helped him when they were both prisoners in the campaigner's dungeon. Then his thoughts refocused on the present. I'll miss him, but we'll have to mourn him after we deal with the third wave of Raptoids, or there'll be no one left to mourn any of us. Ready! On came the third deadly wave. They climbed over the growing mountain of dead and dying Raptoids, piled in a bloody heap to get their foes. The bodies provided Josh and his friends with a horrific but effective wall of defense. As the creatures bounded over the fence of reptile flesh, they were cut down by a hailstorm of red-hot ammo. Cut them down! Josh hauled. He squeezed the trigger of the auto shotgun. Blam! A blast ripped into a Raptoid as it clambered over its deadly brethren and charged at the young Turok. The Raptoid was spun around by the force of the shotgun pellets. Bang, bang! Two more rounds split the beast into two bloody sections at the waist. Growl! A Raptoid broke through the fire and leaped at his path. The Viperian sage tried to raise the pistol, but he had no chance to defend himself. He was cut to pieces by the Raptoid's razor-sharp gauntlet as Petrov rushed to his aid. Petrov fired his photon rifle non-stop. The plasma burst exploded the Raptoid, tearing a huge chunk of bone and flesh from its back. With its spinal cord protruding from a gaping hole, the Raptoid rolled over dead. Beneath its bloody corpse lay the lifeless body of the old Viperian. His path became the group's second casualty. His path's gone! Barry sobbed. He wiped tears from under his glasses. There was a sudden and unexpected lull in the combat as the fourth and final wave prepared to charge. You did well, Hispat, Petrov called out to his dead friend as he got back into firing position. Their mob and the old Viperian there did well, didn't they, Turok? Shouted. They fought bravely and died free, Turok answered. No group of warriors has ever withstood 3 waves of Raptoid charges, Beetle said. Today we've made history. Great, sniffed Barry. I'm so thrilled, and I'm going to get my name mentioned in some obscure Galliana history book. All I really ever wanted was a mention of doing a high school girl's diary in Oklahoma. You'll get the chance, Todd, shouted Allison, fighting back her own tears. This game isn't over yet. She picked up the heavy pistol Hispat had been using in one hand and their mugs blasted in the other. Let's show these Raptoids kung fu rules around here. The fourth wave of Raptoids started towards the remaining warriors. Hold your fire, Josh ordered. Shoot on my command, while giving them a taste of lighting a volley of fire. The snarling, bloodthirsty creatures bonded over the piles of dead dinosaurs. On they came. Hold dead? Josh holder as he leveled the auto shotgun. Wait, not yet. Bits of perspiration percolated on Barry's brow. Petrov and Allison took aim. Bidol stole ready with his blade. Now, Josh yelled, pour into them. Bang, pow, bang, zap, kablow, bam. A torrent of deadly fire greeted this wave of Raptoid flesh with devastating results. The last wave was reduced by half before it got within 20 yards of its intended victims. The first Raptoid to close in on the group was hacked to pieces by Vidal's slashing laser sword. Come and get it, Allison screamed as she blasted away with 2 hands. Her fire turned into 3 Raptoids, severely wounding them. Vidal rushed out and finished them off. We're winning, Barry called out. We're beating them. Less stacking, more shooting, bud, Josh called out to his friend. A giant Raptoid, the largest of the troop, broke through the ranks and headed right for Barry. The monster bore down on Turok's paw before Barry could aim his weapon. Look out, Barry! Josh called in alarm. He turned and leaped directly in front of the creature. The monster lashed out with its gauntlet. The razor-sharp blades barely missed ripping open Josh's midsection. The young Turok struck the barrel of his shotgun into the Raptoid's mouth and pulled the trigger. Kablam! The blast exploded the monster's cranium. It blew apart like an overfilled balloon. Tiny particles of skull and brain flew everywhere. The headless Raptoid fell kicking to the ground at Barry at Josh's feet. Josh ignored the dying dinosaur and turned his fire on the last two remaining Raptoids. He squeezed off 5 fast rounds and dropped them both dead in the tracks. It was over. Not a single Raptoid remained alive. Josh lowered his smoking gun and looked around. Only 4 living beings remained standing among the carnage. 4, muttered Josh as he finished counting Allison, Barry, and Vidal. Anxiously, he checked the ground. Petrov? He called. Petrov? Here, came the weak reply as a red arm was raised in the air. The 4 survivors rushed to the comrade's side. Josh knelt down and raised Petrov's head in his arms. Petrov had a terrible cut across the front of his body from his neck to his navel. His life fluid had emptied from his alien veins during the last battle. We did it, Petrov gasped. 4 waves. We withstood 4 waves of Raptoids. We definitely couldn't have done it without you, his Pat and their mob just complimented. 4 guys who didn't want to fight in the campaign's arena, you sure showed the dinosaur a thing or two about courage. Petrov coughed and smiled faintly. All we need was something to fight for and someone to lead us, he replied. You are a great Turok, Joshua Fireseed. Find the gatekeeper, barter with him for passage home. He coughed again. But be careful. Remember my story about the rope carbide. The gatekeeper may be that criminal. I'll be sure to remember, Petrov, Josh swore. Petrov's chest heaved. He gasped. A rattling sound gurgled from his throat, and then he died in Josh's arms. After a moment, Josh stood up. He sighed sadly. He looked at his 3 lifeless friends. They got out of the campaigner's dungeon, only to die here. This is not how they wanted to escape from Galliana. They died well, Vidal said. He saluted his fallen comrades with his laser sword. They were all brave, Allison admitted. I'll miss them. I just hope the only way out of Galliana for all of us isn't the path they were forced to take. Barry stepped up forward. The gatekeeper will send us home, he said. I just know he will. I've always had good luck booking through travel agents. Yes, agreed Vidal. The gatekeeper will know how to transport us to our native planets, but his price will be high. Josh continued to gaze at the lifeless bodies of Dermok, Hispat, and Petrov. We already paid a steep price, he said solemnly. Let's bury our dead and continue our journey to the gateway. The others nodded in agreement. Turning their backs to the mound of dead Raptoids, they set about the task of preparing final resting places for their 3 valiant friends. Chapter 3. A small hovercraft skipped across the choppy surface of a large lake, heading directly towards the artificial island anchored in the middle of the vast body of water. The island somewhat resembled an offshore oil rig back on Earth. Rising up from the large, circular center structure was a shiny glass tower that reached for the sky like a giant radio transmitter. So that is the gateway, Josh said to the alien skipper of the sleek craft. He had hired the alien to take his group out of weary travelers on the last leg of the trip to the gatekeeper's terminal and hoped it would be the final leg of the journey home. The captain of the hovercraft was a fish-eyed amphibian with the body of a man. He was as much at home in the water as he was on the land. It is the gateway, croaked the skipper, whose name was Frogar. It is the gatekeeper's terminal. Many go there, none return. He shook his large green head. None ever return. If no one returns, the gatekeeper must send them where they want to go, Barry called out excitedly. That's good news. He looked at Allison and Vidal, who were sitting in the rear of the hovercraft. Don't you think that's good news? Am I alone on this? I guess it's good news, Allison replied skeptically as the hovercraft neared the boarding dock that led to the gatekeeper's terminal. As Frogar's craft approached another hovercraft, as Frogar's craft approached, Another hovercraft, guided by an amphibian, was passing in the opposite direction. The other craft was empty except for its skipper. The frogmen exchanged waved. "None ever returns," Frogger grumbled. Then he piloted his craft into the docking bay. "Good luck, young Turok," Frogger said as Josh stepped out of the hovercraft. "Thanks, Frogger," Josh answered. Allison and Barry climbed out from behind. Bidulph stood up. He reached into a pouch hung from his belt and removed one of the shiny coins from it. The coins were his share of what he and the other guards had salvaged from the campaign's treasury before the battle compound exploded. He dropped the coin into Frogger's hand. The amphibian caught it in the weaving between his fingers. Frogger nodded in appreciation. Without speaking another word, he turned his craft around and headed back towards the distant shore. "They never return," he was heard to mumble as he sped away. "Let's go," Josh said as he started anxiously down the long dock that led to a tunnel. "Why not?" Allison agreed. She fell into step behind her older brother. The others followed Turok as he entered the tunnel. The light inside the tunnel was so bright it almost blinded them. The long tunnel finally opened into a huge, luxurious central terminal. Inside the terminal, gleaming metal furniture was arranged to accommodate customers waiting to deal with the gatekeeper. Here and there were piles of artifacts that were the personal belongings of past travelers. There were suitcases, bags, and other items like jewelry, gold bars, and bright, shiny pieces of strange metal. It reminded Josh of a high-class junkyard. "It looks like the gatekeeper doesn't allow passengers to bring any carry-on luggage along," Barry quipped. "No overhead compartments in the escape, I guess?" "Where is the gatekeeper?" Josh inquired in search of Josh inquired of each passerby as they continued on. His question didn't remain unanswered for long. The group neared the exact center of the terminal. Its high roof opened into the tall tower that stretched far up in the sky. Standing directly beneath the opening was the mystical and mysterious gatekeeper, the Carobid. Allison cringed at the sight of the hideous alien. Barry gasps. Josh's eyes narrowed to slits as he studied the strange creature. The gatekeeper was almost exactly as Hispat and Petrov had described him. The Carobid stood about 7 feet 4 inches high on his two spindly legs. He wore a white robe that covered his thin, bony, insect-like torso. His 6 arms were all constantly in motion, floating around the small head that was attached to the torso by a long, slender neck were 6 ocular orbs. The 6-faced eyes rotated around the head stalk, allowing the gatekeeper to see 360 degrees simultaneously. The gatekeeper was arguing with a small alien with rodent-like features. "I have to get home to Retania," the rodent man said as his thin tail whipped angrily. "My wife and children are there. I've already given you everything I have. What more payment do you desire?" "I desire that." "I desire that." The gatekeeper rasped. He used one of his 6 arms to point at a glowing rod the rodent man held in his arm. The rod reminded Josh of an earth flashlight. "This is of no monetary value," the rodent man protested, struggling to contain his temper, "but I'll need it to light my way through Renatia's maze of underground tunnels." The Carobid crossed his arms.
Nice reading.
The Carobid crossed his 6 arms. "Maybe you can use it to see the fall gate opening that will take you to Retania by yourself," the gatekeeper said. "Fall gate openings," Josh mumbled as he eavesdropped on the conversation. So that's how he transports his clients. Did you hear that, Josh? Allison said to her brother. The gatekeeper uses Volgate portals just like you do. Josh nodded. The Carabit unfolded his arms. He pointed at his floating eyes with three of his arms. I can see it all with my eyes, he announced. I see infrared light, gamma rays, heat images, and spatial portals. He pointed two arms at the rodent man. What can you see? The rodent man sighed. I can see I'm not going to win this argument, he groaned. He handed the gatekeeper the brightly glowing wand. Prepare for your journey, the gatekeeper advised. He turned and pointed at an invisible portal in the air. The portal was about 3 feet away from the rodent man and 2 feet above his head. The gatekeeper waved one of his arms. A green mist that made it possible to see the portal began to swirl. The swirling mist formed a hazy funnel cloud that twirled like a tornado and came down and engulfed the rodent man. He too began to twist and swirl. Then he was sucked up into the portal and disappeared from view. In an instant, both he and the portal vanished from sight. Have a safe trip home, the gatekeeper called after his passenger. It was then that the gatekeeper noticed his new customers with three of his 6 floating eyes. He turned out and called out, "Who is next? Step on and tell me your destination. Meet my price, and I will instantly depart from Galliana." "Our destination is Earth," Josh called out, gesturing at Barry and Allison. Then he pointed at Vidal. "My friend's destination is Aeron 8. "Earth and Aeron 8, called the gatekeeper in surprise. "I have not sent anyone to those worlds in a long time." "It will..." The Carabit stopped in mid-sentence. He seemed to be studying Josh. The alien's interest was grabbed by the light burden slung over Josh's shoulder. "You are a Turok," the gatekeeper said, surprise filling his voice. "Never has a Turok come for me for teleportation. Turok see the same portals I do." His manner of speech grew apprehensive and suspicious. "Why are you here, Turok?" "I told you," Josh replied angrily. "My friends and I want to go back to Earth." He pointed at Vidal. "Vidal wants to return to his home of Aeron 8. "Why can't you return to your own using the Volgates?" asked the gatekeeper. "He hasn't fully mastered Volgate travel," replied Barry. "And we'd like to get home while we still have our teeth and hair." Barry glanced at Josh. "Oops," he thought. "Thanks, bud," Josh said sarcastically. Barry shrugged and patted Josh on the back. "We can pay," Vidal stated as he stepped forward. He yanked the coin pouch from his belt and pulled it open. He poured out the coins into his huge, meaty arms. "Is this enough?" The Carabit glanced at the glimmering coins. "It is enough for you only," the gatekeeper said. Vidal closed his fist over the coins. "I've heard your prices are high," Vidal said, "but this is all we have." He opened his fist once again. "Take it or leave it." "Carabits are not fools," the gatekeeper argued. It is enough for you only. Let the others pay their own way. Let the young Turok provide for himself and his companions." Vidal was about to protest again when Josh stopped him. "The gatekeeper is right, Vidal," Josh said. "You must go first. We will pay your own way." "My brother's right," Allison agreed. "Go. We can never thank you enough for all you've done for us." She leaned over and kissed Vidal on the cheek. "Go home, Vidal." "It's been real, dude," Barry said, shaking Vidal's hand. "Drop us a postcard, that is, if the Aeron 8 post office delivers to Oklahoma." "Home," muttered Vidal. I long to go home at last." "This is your chance, my white friend," the gatekeeper said. "Pay me and you'll be on your way." "Do it, Vidal," Josh urged. "Pay him, and good luck." Vidal nodded. He put the coins back in the pouch and handed it to the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper directed Vidal to a place 3 paces from his original position. A haze began to swirl on the floor before him. Then a funnel cloud twirled around and around. "Farewell, Allison and Barry," Vidal called. Someday you will be a mighty Turok, my young friend," he said to Josh. Then he stepped into the swirling mist of the spatial opening and dropped out of sight. The portal and Vidal disappeared. "Now," the gatekeeper said, turning his attention to the Earthlings, "let me bargain with the young Turok, for he has yet to master the mysterious ways of the Fall Gate openings. What can you offer as a payment in exchange for your journey to Earth?" The Carabit gestured at the light burden. "Will you give me the light burden? For the light burden, I will send you and your companions home." "No deal," Josh snapped. He adjusted the sling of his mystical fringe satchel. "I gave this up once. I'll never make that mistake again." "That's telling him, Josh," Barry said. The Carabit turned four of his eyes to Barry, who grinned sheepishly. He, Barry chuckled. "After all, Mr. Gatekeeper," he explained, "we're looking to travel economy, not first class. Can't you make us a deal? Have you ever heard of freaking flyer miles?" "I have no time to waste," the gatekeeper snapped. "If you've not come here to travel, then why have you come?" The gatekeeper fidgeted about nervously. He seemed on edge. "Pay or be gone." "Look," Josh said as he stepped forward, "I won't trade you the light burden, but I can use it to retrieve objects of great value in my world." The Carabit stopped. "Objects of great value," he said. The greedy alien was intrigued. "Like what?" "Ah," said Josh as he reached into the light burden. "Objects like..." He concentrated as he fished deep into the bag. "Objects like this." Josh smirked and pulled out a glittering, shimmering disco ball twice the size of a soccer ball. He twirled the glimmering sphere on his finger like a basketball and displayed it for the gatekeeper's scrutiny. The multi-faced mirror ball caught and reflected light in a flashing, shimmering pattern. "What in the world, Sputter? You're gonna ask us to do the hustle next, Josh?" "Shh," Allison ordered as she clamped her hand over Barry's mouth. "This is a highly coveted gem in my world," Josh said as the twinkling globe twirled on his fingertips. "Is it payment enough?" The gatekeeper was truly mesmerized by the shining lights flickering on the globe. He believed it to be a gem of great value. "It will cover your passage," he readily agreed, "but I will need additional payment for your companions." Josh tossed the disco globe towards the gatekeeper. The Carabit caught it in two of his hands. He held it before him and admired it, thinking he'd gotten the best of the bargain with the young Turok. Josh once again reached deep into the light burden. He concentrated and pulled out a flashing strobe light and a chrome-plated sports trophy. "I think this should about cover it," he said to the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper greedily eyed the objects. They were bright and attractive. The Carabit snickered in a sinister way and accepted the objects as payments. "Step close together," he instructed. "We have a bargain. Take hold of each other and prepare to depart for Earth, my trusting young friends." Allison and Barry moved close to Josh. They huddled together as the gatekeeper searched for the appropriate spatial portal. "Move back 3 steps, and then 6 paces to your right," the gatekeeper instructed. Josh, Allison, and Barry complied with the gatekeeper's instructions. "I can't believe it," Allison squealed in excitement. "At long last, we're going home." Barry smirked and clicked his heels together 3 times. "There's no place like Oklahoma," he joked. "Goodbye, Galeana," Josh said happily, "and good riddance." A whirling haze spun around the threesome. Allison put her hands around Barry and hugged him. "I'm so excited," she said, as they began to spin around and around and around. Barry put his arms around Allison. They clung to each other tightly as they twirled in the haze. Into the netherscape they flew, Josh first, followed by Barry and Allison together. The where Lynx is as the portal closed behind him. The gatekeeper smiled, a sinister smile, as he greedily looked over his booty. "Goodbye, Turok," he muttered. Then he burst out in a high-pitched, sickly laugh. They got scammed. Hang on. They got freaking scammed. Hang on, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I should have gone to the bathroom earlier, but you know. I'll be back. Give me a second.
Stay cool, baby.
Bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah, bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah, bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah, bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit.
Just a little time out.
Scratch.
Damn!
Stand up. Fall down. Stand up.
Yeah, that's right.
Fall down. To the left.
You're doing good, baby.
To the right. To the left. To the right. Stand up.
Hell yeah.
Fall down. Stand up.
All right.
Fall down. To the left. To the right. To the left.
Yeah, that's right.
To the right. What's up, ladies? Gonna freak you on.
Stay cool, baby.
Man, that was nasty. Yeah. Bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah. Bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah. Bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah. Bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit.
I'm in the zone, baby. Oh yeah, I got enough for all of y'all. Ain't enough freaks to stop this man.
Here comes some more.
Boom! I'm in the zone, baby. Boom! Oh yeah, I got enough for all of y'all. Boom! Ain't enough freaks to stop this man. Boom!
I can do that all night long. Stand up. Fall down. Stand up.
Yeah, that's right.
Fall down. To the left.
stay cool, baby. Whoa! Oh yeah, I'm back in the game. Yeah, bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah, bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah, bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah, bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, sucker. Bring it on, bring it on.
All right, we're back. I'm back. Wait, what the hell happened? Oh shit! Oh, I got scared. I got scared that my freaking computer was like, "Oh no, it's freezing." Oh no, I hate it. I hate it here. There we go. Back. Chapter 4. Okay, so there's 11 chapters. I'm on page 35. Okay, whatever. Chapter 4. Somersaulting through the murky netherscape between worlds and dimension, Joshua Fireseed was both shocked and alarmed to find himself separated from Allison and Barry. As he whirled head over heels past a myriad of mysterious portals, he anxiously searched for any signs of his lost comrades. Allison! He yelled as he struggled to halt his uncontrolled and weightless stumbling. Where are you? Barry, answer me! There was no response to his desperate calls. Allison and Barry were nowhere to be seen. They were gone. The gatekeeper, grunted the young Turok angrily as he finally righted himself. I shouldn't have trusted him. Josh scowled as he plummeted through the blackness of the netherscape. Speeding headfirst toward the massive portal, he plunged into the darkness and fell down into a strange and astonishing setting. The young Turok splashed into a large ornamental fountain located in the middle of a sprawling futuristic metropolis. Josh sat in the water of the pool and looked around to get his bearings. The fountain was in a small plaza surrounded by towering ultra-modern skyscrapers that soared into the clouds. The buildings were so high their upper floors were totally concealed by clouds. Huge plastic travel tubes that reminded Josh of those in a hamster's cage connected with other tubes that led off to various sections of the huge city. Within the clear travel tubes, Josh saw what he thought were people. Looking closer, he realized that he was mistaken. The things using the travel tubes were robots and androids of various sizes and shapes. Some looked like metal monsters, others resembled people and seemed almost human. Suddenly, a hover bus soared over his head. Josh looked up. The drivers and passengers were all robotic cyborgs. Where in the universe am I? Josh wondered, speaking to himself. A sanitation robot rolled by, collecting litter as it scuttered past its tank like threads. The sanitation robot, which seemed almost outdated compared to the other androids and cyborgs Josh had already seen, stopped and turned towards the Sequin warrior. Its eye flashed brightly red and began to glow. It continued to stare at Josh for a minute or two. Maybe you can tell me where I am, think man. Josh called out. The sanitation robot remained silent. Its head spun, turning away from Josh. Off it clanked, continuing on its quest for litter. Well, that was no help, Josh grumbled as he stood up. He turned around to look at the statue at the top of the fountain he'd fallen into. His jaw dropped to his chest, his eyes widened in shock. Standing on top of this ornamental fountain, with water jets spraying around its ankles, was a statue of President John F. Kennedy.
Turok, a mix of native Indians, robot, cyborgs, cyborg T-Rex, and aliens. Oh my.
Turok is a mix of everything. Don't worry about it. The actual Turok is a mix of that. It's sci-fi meets fantasy setting, meets modern setting, meets dinosaurs and aliens. Kennedy, stammered Josh in disbelief. He shook his head as if to deny what his eyes beheld. JFK was the 35th president of the United States. He pointed up at the statue. If that's Kennedy, then I must be back on, he gasped, Earth. But this sure doesn't look like any place of Earth I've ever seen. Josh sloshed out of the water and climbed onto the low cement wall around the fountain. At the base of the wall was a small plaque. Josh bent over to read it, water dripping from his soggy clothes as he leaned over. In memory of our 35th president dedicated, November 22, 3000, Dallas, Texas. Josh read, he swallowed hard. The year 3000, he repeated. Yes, Turok, someone behind him called out. That was 33 years ago. It is now the year 3033. It seems the good people of Dallas never did get over that unfortunate assassination. Josh spun on his wet heels and assumed a defense position. The sight that greeted him was almost as shocking as unexpected as a statue of JFK. Before him stood a warrior, a Sakuin warrior. He wore the same wooden rawhide breastplate Josh had on, and he carried a pouch that resembled Josh's slight burden. The man before Josh was a human, but only partially. His head was encased in a plastic helmet, and there were multitude of environmental assistance tubes connected to his neck. His body was composed of flesh and bionic components all meshed together. Are you a human? A robot? An android? Or what? Josh called out. I am of those things, mighty and revered Turok of the past. The stranger greeted. I am all of those things, mighty and revered Turok of the past. The stranger greeted Josh. I am honored to come face to face with Joshua Fireseed, one of the greatest Turoks in all of history. The stranger bowed reverently. As he did, the warrior's feather attached to his helmet flopped over his shoulder. Josh relaxed his attack position. You seem to know me, he said, but I don't know you. He glanced around. A cyber delivery robot whizzed past on a jet scooter. Is this really Earth? It is, Turok, the stranger assured Josh. And you are my ancestor. I am Yannick, the Turok of this time. I am your distant descendant. A smile appeared on Josh's face. Yannick, he said. Now that I think about it, I have seen you before, at a dream gathering of Turok's past and future. I was beginning to think there were no humans on this world. Another craft, flown by two mechanical pilots, buzzed over their heads. The humans of this time seldom leave their living cubicles, Yannick explained. The cubicles contain all they could ever need or want. Robots, androids, and cyborgs handle all chores and works formerly done by humans. Robots now run our world, and most humans gladly accept this situation. Suddenly, a strange sound echoed through the plaza. It almost sounded like a police siren. What's that? Josh asked anxiously. It is the android patrol, Yannick explained. A sanitation robot transmitted your location to the patrol. They are like the police of our time. Of your time. They are coming here to process you. All unaccounted for humans who are not yet registered in the central computer must be detained and processed. Suppose I don't want to be processed, Josh grunted. What rogue humans want means little to the android patrols of the Robotic Council of Justice, Yannick said. If you do not want to be detained, you must follow me quickly. Yannick began to move at lightning speed, running towards a narrow passageway at the far end of the plaza. He moved so fast he was just a blur. Then he stopped at the entrance of the alleyway and waved Josh to follow. Come, Yannick, trust me. The sound of the sirens was getting louder. Josh hesitated. Trusting folks is no longer one of my strong points, Josh remarked. Every time I trust someone or something, I seem to get burned. The siren grew louder still. Josh could see the robots and androids in the travel tubes pointing down at him. Come, Joshua Fireseed, Yannick urged. Hurry! I guess if I can't trust that relative, who can I trust? Josh mumbled as he broke into a trot. The trot became a sprint, and he raced quickly towards the passage where Yannick was waiting for him. When Josh was close enough, Yannick once again took his heels. He butted off with his ancestors trailing behind. Yannick led the young Turok down and around a maze of deserted passageways and dark alleys. They didn't run into a single robot. Finally, they ended up at the base of what appeared to be an old abandoned building. "We are safe here," Yannick explained. He walked to the entrance of the building and unlocked two heavy metal doors. Yannick pushed them open. "My living cubicle is not as luxurious as most others. That is because I still choose to do things for myself. I do not rely on robots or androids to satisfy my every need and desire." Josh walked into Yannick's sparse cubicle. Yannick closed the door. "Make yourself comfortable," Yannick invited. Josh sat down on an anti-gravity sofa that was floating a foot off the floor. "Would you like anything?" Yannick asked. "Information," Josh quickly replied. "Are all humans strangers who arrive on Earth instantly detected by the robot?" "Yes," Yannick answered. "The robots basically control all of Earth. Most humans are too lazy to realize it. All human births are recorded. All human movements are monitored. We are not protected. We are guarded. I believe that in a few years, when the number of robots surpasses the number of humans, there will be serious trouble." Yannick paused. "It is my personal belief that someday in the near future, the robots will revolt and attempt to seize Earth from the so-called human masters. I have come to believe that it is the secret ambition of those with artificial intelligence to rule Earth and to make slaves of their former human masters." Josh sighed deeply. He was disturbed by Yannick's prediction of a war between robots and humans. But the problem of the future will have to wait. He had other concerns that required his immediate attention. His sister and his best friend were missing. "Tell me," Josh asked, "if two other humans suddenly appear on Earth like I did, would their presence be detected even if they landed in a remote area of, say, Oklahoma?" "Their presence would have been detected within minutes of their arrival," Yannick said. "Wherever they land, I'll travel to and from Earth is monitored. Even colonization trips to Mars are closely scrutinized. The central computer logs in all reports. If you like, I can check on all recent arrivals on the planet." "Please do," Josh implored. "The names of the people are Barry Hackowitz and Allison Fireseed." Yannick sat down at his computer, which was near the wall. "Allison Fireseed," he remarked quizzically. "My younger sister," Josh explained, "and Barry is my best friend. We all left Galiana together. The gatekeeper opened a portal for us." As he spoke the gatekeeper's names, he scowled. Josh wondered if he'd been intentionally dubbed by this shrewd and cunning Karobit by being sent here instead of back to his own time. "According to the central computer, no other unauthorized humans have been recently materialized on Earth," Yannick stated unequivocally. "The only other rival was the appearance of a rodent-like alien who claimed to be from the planet Retania. He resisted detention by the Android police in Newark, New Jersey, and was subsequently exterminated." Josh's facial expression soured. The news rattled him beyond description. The alien was the one he'd seen the gatekeeper transport before Beetle and exited Galiana. The young Turok's suspicion about the gatekeeper seemed to be confirmed. "He's a crook and a cheat," thought Josh. "He doesn't send people home. He probably has no control of where he sends them, which means that Barry and Allison could be anywhere or anytime." Yannick stepped away from the computer and eyed his ancestor. "You mentioned Galiana," he said. "Tell me about the lost land." Josh's rage simmered. He looked at Yannick in a puzzled way. "You probably know as much as I do, being a Turok," he inquired. "I've never been there," Yannick responded without hesitation. "Why would I go? Besides, I could never master the spatial portals." Josh was confused. "Are you or aren't you a protector of Earth?" he asked. "Isn't it your hereditary duty to guard Earth and Galiana from invading hordes of dinosaur troops?" Yannick shook his head. "The dinosaurs have not been a threat to the tranquility of Earth since the year 1982, he replied. "Galiana is now a paradise of contentment." "Galiana?" asked Josh, shocked by what he had just heard. "A paradise?" Yannick pointed towards the door. "My job as protector of Earth is out there," The new threat to Earth is the secret robotic empire that silently contrives to overthrow humanity. Yannick pounded his chest with his fist. I have no business in Galliana. That part of the Turok legacy has ended. My fight is with the robots and androids who pretend to serve humanity but despise all humans and conspire to subjugate them. Josh was deep in thought. His brain was a whirlpool of confusion. The dinosaur threat has ended. The savage lost land of Galliana and now a peaceful paradise? The gatekeeper is a fraud, a scoundrel of the lowest order, but most disturbing of all were of Josh's thoughts about his sister and his best friend. Where could they be? Where did the gatekeeper send them? He could use the Fall Gate to search for them, but it would be like hunting for two needles in a cosmic haystack. It was hopeless. Allison and Barry were lost. Suddenly, an alarm on Yannick's computer went off. The sound brought Josh back to reality. What is that? He asked Yannick. I have my own personal warning system, Yannick stated. That's how I detected your presence. When the Android patrol went after you, I beat them to the punch. He looked at the young Turok. Robot police are about to attack a group of young human protesters picketing in the city square against space colonization. The protesters will need my help, Yannick stated toward the door. They'll need a Turok to protect them. Yannick reached the door and opened it. Wait, Yannick! Josh shouted. I'm going with you. We Turoks have to stick together. Follow me, Joshua Fire said. Yannick invited. Prepare yourself for a new type of combat. Robots do not feel pain. They cannot be wounded. They cannot be killed. They can only be deactivated, wrecked, or destroyed. The moral dilemma of whether or not to kill, which you struggled with during your whole reign as Turok, according to the history books, does not apply here. Josh had a bit of trouble thinking for himself as an important figure worthy of mention in a history book. He had more than one pictured himself in the Baseball Hall of Fame, but to be remembered as a great Turok? It's time for us to become a human wrecking crew, Josh said. Time to pull the plug on those overambitious robotic thugs. Damn. Let's go. Joshua becomes the best Turok, one of the best Turoks, like me. Chapter 5. Whoa, what's happening? Where's Josh? Allison shrieked. She desperately clung to Barry as the two rapidly bounced through the thick face of the cloudy netscape. I don't know, Barry sputtered as they rolled over and over. But I wish the gatekeeper had handed out barf back before we began this journey. My stomach can't stand much more of this. The two tumbled into a dizzy cloud through a fall gate opening that seemed to swallow them up. They fell through an exit portal, tumbling out at the top of a grassy slope in a sea of endless prairie. Down the slope they rolled, held head over heels, finally coming to rest in a tall grass that stood 4 feet high. Where are we? Allison asked as she laid on the back and stared at the pale blue sky. Barry was face down in the dirt beside her. He lifted his nose out of the grime and sneezed. His glass jiggled. He adjusted them and looked down at an earthworm he'd gouged out of the dirt. I could be wrong, he began, but I think we're home. He jumped and stretched out his arms in jubilation. We're home, he shouted. We're back on Earth, and if I'm not mistaken, we're in the good old US of A. Allison bounced up like a jack-in-the-box beside him. Earth, she shouted, looking around. We are on Earth. Barry froze. He didn't reply. Mounted on war ponies to his left was a column of Native Americans. They were armed with laces, rifles, and bows. On their bodies they wore war paint. Allison gulped. She was facing the opposite direction from where Barry was looking. On the ridge of a small hill were hundreds of other Native American warriors. Their headdress and war paint were different. They too were mounted on steeds and armed to the teeth. The two tribes of Indian warriors were preparing to charge. Allison and Barry had returned to Earth of the past, right in the middle of a tribal war on the Great Plains. The leader of one tribe wore a war bonnet of many feathers. The warrior in charge of the other tribe wore a bright yellow bandana. The warrior in the headdress raised his breech-loading spring rifle and shouted a war cry. His horsemen started toward at a gallop. Yellow Bandana replied in kind. He pulled a Navy Colt revolver from his belt and charged forward. The two groups of opposing warriors quickly converged on the place where Barry and Allison had been haphazardly deposited by the gatekeeper. "Get down!" Barry shouted as an arrow whistled past his ear. He put his arm on Allison's head and pushed her back down into the tall grass. Another arrow soon passed from the opposite direction. There was a loud clash of weapons as the two opposing warrior groups began to engage in hand-to-hand combat. "What's going on?" Allison yelled as they cowered in the grass, the vicious battle raging all around them. "It's a tribal war!" Barry shouted back. "And unless this is some theatrical recreation, this has got to be the 1800s. Another arrow zipped past the twosome. "Come on, let's see if we can crawl to someplace safe." Allison and Barry got to their hands and knees. They began to scoot through the tall grass like two fringed rabbits. They didn't get far before they came up on two warriors grappling on the ground. One had a dagger in his hand, the other held a tomahawk. Instantly, Barry and Allison hit the dirt and lay flat. The warrior with the tomahawk broke free from his opponent's hold and whacked at his foe. The tomahawk sliced through the air, barely missing his enemy's face. It sliced along the side of his head, chopping off his left ear. The warrior with the knife ignored his ghastly wound and lunged at his adversary. Catching his opponent off guard, he plunged his sharp knife deep into the enemy's neck. Blood gushed from the horrific wound as the victorious warrior bellowed in triumph. The lifeless combatant fell to the ground, just yards from where Allison and Barry were hiding. The victor cried out in jubilation and raced off to join the raging battle. A riderless horse wandered by Barry and Allison. "This is Earth?" Allison asked. "Be quiet and keep crawling," Barry urged as he crept by the lifeless warrior lying in the grass. Allison followed. Keeping their heads down, they crawled on, managing to avoid horses' hooves and battling members of opposing tribes. Now and then, an arrow plummeted from the sky and struck within inches of them. Barry and Allison screamed and whirled their way out over the plain as the bloody conflict raged on. Cries of rage and anguish filled the air. Now and again they came upon dead or dying warriors in the thick grass. Finally, they had to pause to catch breath. Barry's chest heaved as he sucked fresh gulps of air into his lungs. He dared to poke his head up to see what was going on nearby. To his utter shock, he saw the warrior in the headdress charge towards the opposing leader. Yellow Bandana leveled his navy pistol and fired. The bullet struck the chief in the forehead, killing him instantly. He tumbled head over heels on the back of his war pony and landed in the dirt with a loud thud. The chief's rifle flew through the air and hit Barry on the head. He ducked too late to avoid the blow. The gun dropped in front of Allison. She snapped it up. "I've seen a gun like this before, back on our reservation in Oklahoma," she said. "It's at Springfield. It was used around the early 1860s. The one I saw was old and rusty. This one looks brand new." Barry rubbed the lump that was forming on his head. "I got a golf ball growing on my skull, and you're giving me a history lesson," he grumbled. "Leave it. Let's get out of here." The words were no sooner off his tongue than a war pony came thundering. It was Yellow Bandana. He was searching for the weapon of his fallen foe to claim it as a prize. Yellow Bandana came face to face with the two terrified travelers who were covering the tall grass. He looked down at Allison and Barry and then leveled the barrel of his pistol at them. Barry shuddered, but bravely stepped in front of Allison to shield her with her body. Barry gripped the Springfield rifle by the barrel and lifted the stock towards Yellow Bandana. "Are you looking for this, sir?" Barry asked meekly. Yellow Bandana smiled. He cocked his single-action Navy Colt. Before he could fire, there was a loud explosion on the battlefield. It sounded like a hand grenade going off. It was quickly followed by 3 more explosions in quick succession. Horses reared up and whined. Riders were thrown out of their ponies. Someone or something was changing the rules of battle. Yellow Bandana looked towards the place where the charges were exploding and whispered a name. Tull said. His tongue dripped acid as he spoke the hated name. Out of nowhere, a tall, majestic sequin warrior. Out of nowhere rode a tall, majestic sequin warrior. He was carrying a modern grenade launcher in his right hand. Before Yellow Bandana could raise his weapon to fire, the sequin named Tull said delivered a savage blow to the Indian's head with the stock of the grenade launcher. Yellow Bandana was knocked from his horse. He hit the ground hard and lay there, stunned. Quickly, Tulset called to Allison and Barry. Mount up! Tulset grabbed the reins of Yellow Bandana's pony and held the mount steady as Allison obediently mounted up onto its back. She reached down and pulled an astonished Barry up behind her. Hold on, Tulset instructed. He yanked on the mount's rein and he nudged his own pony with his heels. The 2 ponies thundered off across the plain. They raced away as terrified combatants straggled away from the bloody battlefield. Tulset's barrage of fire had brought a hazy conclusion to the pitched engagement. Who are you? Allison blurted out as the threesome escaped over a grassy knoll behind her. Barry clung to her like a leech. Their bodies were bounced up and down on the back of the galloping steed. I am Tulset, Turok of this period, their rescuer explained. Tulset slowed the ponies, who came to a trot, then stopped. Tulset jumped down. He wore all the familiar Turok gear, including the breastplate and folding eyes slung over his shoulder. Slung over his shoulder was the light bird. Tulset was a stunning example of a rugged and fearless frontiersman. He was over 6 feet tall and well muscled. His long dark hair was neatly braided. A single eagle feather was stuck in his hair. We are on Earth, right? Asked Barry. But what year is it? Tulset nodded affirmatively. You are on Earth, he replied. The year is 1862. Now, I have a question for you. How did you get here? Allison stepped forward. My brother, Joshua Fireseed, is Turok in the future. We were trapped in Galiana. We tried to get home with the help of an alien known as the Gatekeeper. We all stepped through the Fall Gate, but something went wrong. We got separated from Josh and ended up in your time instead of our own. We don't even know where he disappeared to. Tulset exhaled loudly. Galiana is a dangerous place, he said. It is not wise to trust its residents. Many are corrupt and deceitful. A Turok must trust his own abilities and instincts. A Turok must follow the rules set down by our ancestors. Tell that to Joshua Fireseed when you see him again. I will, replied Allison. Then she softly added, if I ever see him again. Just a minute, Tulset, Barry spoke up. Who are you to criticize Josh? He pointed an accusing finger at his rescuer. I appreciate what you did to us, but you broke the Turok rules too. You interfered in that battle using a futuristic weapon to stop the struggle. I thought Turoks were not allowed to change the course of history. You altered the outcome of that battle by interfering. Tulset glared at Barry, then his demeanor quickly changed. He smiled faintly. What you saw was not a battle between 2 rival tribes, Tulset explained. It sure looked like to me, Barry argued. What you saw, continued Tulset, was Dinosaur instigators in holographic disguise trying to stir up unrest and tribal conflict. Dinosaurs have invaded Earth and are attempting to incite violence and warfare here. It is their goal to start a global rebellion. When humans battle humans, they will rise up and shed their disguises like reptilian skin. During the battle, they will attempt to conquer Earth. But I thought the dinosaurs were only in the Lost Land, Allison said in disbelief. Are they really here on Earth? Yellow Bandana and his followers are really dinosaurs in disguise, Dulcet stated. Dinosaurs ride with blue-coat soldiers. Others sail the oceans as sailors and even officers in the Royal Navy. The dinosaurs are most definitely here. Dinosaurs? Here on Earth? Barry gulped. Are they still here in our time too? Yes, Dulcet said. Humans are easily fooled by their clever disguises. The person you least expect may be a dinosaur. Barry looked at Allison. Allison looked at Barry. Don't look at me like that, Barry called out. I'm human, but I can think of plenty of people who might be dinosaurs, including... No, make that especially Mrs. Stainsmith, my chemistry teacher. Allison shook her head in dismay. What can we do? She said. How can we stop the dinosaurs? Be patient, Dulcet advised. By the late 2900s, the dinosaur threat on Earth will have ended. The future is a circle, and all Turoks possess its knowledge. I have met Joshua Fireseed at a Turok gathering, and I believe he will become a great Turok. What do you mean, will be? Snapped Allison. He already is. In your time, he already is, replied Dulcet. Here, in my time, he is not due to be born for another 119 years. It's the whole time travel thing, said Barry. Don't ask me to explain it. Nobody did, quipped Allison smugly. Suddenly, a blood-curdling war cry pierced the air. The startled threesome looked up. A group of warriors led by Yellow Bandana were charging toward them, brandishing an array of futuristic weapons. The weapons were a testament to the truth of Dulcet's words. A laser blast whipped past Barry's ears. Allison jumped toward her friend and threw her arms around her dazed companion as he began to slump. Barry, are you okay? She cried as she held him tightly. Dulcet turned to fire at his attackers. Suddenly he was jumped from behind by two dinosaurs. As the Turok rolled to the ground, battling his foes in fierce hand-to-hand combat, two more disguised dinosaurs stepped in front of Barry and Allison. The last sound either of them remembered hearing was the sizzling buzz of laser weapons being fired at their heads. Then, everything went blank. Hang on, how many pages are remaining? Okay, so chapter 6. Okay, so chapter 12. Chapter 13. There is a total of 101 pages. Okay, so why is it only saying chapter 11? Chapter 12. Oh, I see, that's why. So the final two chapters are really small. Chapter 11 might as well just be a single chapter, or I should say chapter 11, 12, and 13, they might as well be a single chapter. Okay, so let me go back to chapter 6. So, did I miss it? You know what? I'm gonna save the final chapters. Yeah, I'm gonna save the final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I want to save the final 5 chapters for next stream. My eyes are starting to hurt because I'm staring at like a white page, and I have no idea how to turn this page into like a black background. Okay, hang on. Let me close this. Oh wait, let me rub my eyes too. It hurts. I don't remember hurting my eyes hurting when I did the other novels. Oh crap. What the? How long have we been streaming? 2 hours. What can I do for another 30 minutes? I don't know what to do for more like 30 minutes. I'm still like I my eyes hurt, but that's mainly from the application, the thing that I use. The thing that I use for reading the novels.
Lost Land Insta Prehistoric.
Let's see. What can I do? What can I do?
But is habitat by dinosaurs because inst extinct.
Let's see. Let me check my library. Maybe I can do something that is too related. No, I mean, what I could do a little bit of level making. No. That sucks. Wait, hang on. Oh wait, maybe I can.
No meteor in Lost Land is the reason that dinosaur and technology coexist.
Where is serial display? There we go. Load files. Let's see, where is it? Read load
Good
files.
evening.
Hello, good evening. Bitobulus. Bito? I'm just gonna call you Bito. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. What the heck is this zip? Oh. No. Okay, hang on. I was reading a novel, but the application that I use, it like really, it hurts. My eyes are hurting now, so I'm like trying to rest. Most likely I'll leave the, yeah, I want to leave the final chapters for the next stream. Let's see, what else can I do? What else can I do? I'm like, what else can I do? I don't like play Turok Evolution. Oh wait, but I need to set up my freaking Xbox or my PlayStation if I want to play the PlayStation 2 version. Do I? No, I don't have my controllers out. Well, this sucks. I should probably have like something like an emergency plan, so that way I don't have to, if for whatever reason I have to stop doing what I'm doing. Yeah. Let's see.
Novel. Looks interesting to hear about.
Wait, hang on. Maybe I can show the novel that I was reading. Hang on. My eyes shouldn't hurt that much if I like just show the novel. Oh wait, I can just use the web browser. What am I doing? Where is Libre? There we go. So let's see. Path of Destruction. Oh wait, but I need to add Turok. Turok, Path of Destruction. There we go. Okay, so this is the novel I was reading. It's called Turok, Path of Destruction. It's the final novel in the Turok 2 continuity. It's essentially just a retelling of. Wait, I'm gonna open this freaking link. Junior novels. There we go. I don't know why the fourth one doesn't show here. So these 1, 2, 3, 4 novels, they're essentially a retelling of the events of Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. Way of the Warrior is essentially, it details how Joshua becomes Turok. Seeds of Evil, it's pretty much how Josh stops the Pramagen. Arena of Doom, which is the third one, it's more or less like an epilogue. What happens after Joshua stops the Pramagen. And Path of Destruction is essentially just an extra story, which is they're all sequels to one another. Like Way of the Warrior is the first one, Seeds of Evil is the second, Arena of Doom is the third, and the last one is Path of Destruction. So that's the this one is the one that I was reading now. I'm up to chapter 5. They're pretty short too. I think Way of the Warrior is the only novel that is like really pretty freaking long. Well, I wouldn't say pretty freaking long. It's more like it takes I'd say it take you about 6 hours to read it. The other 3 so far, you can probably read them in like 4 hours. Like, yeah. But this, yeah, they all pretty much just give background stuff to the origins of the Turok lore and all that. And they're mainly focused around Joshua. There's a couple of Turoks make an appearance here and there, but not much. The main focus is Joshua and his journey to become Turok. Oh god, I forgot about this fucking Wikipedia. I mean Wikia. It's so freaking bad. Oh man. Let's see. What else? There's also the comics. Hang on. Where is the comics bit? The Art of Turok. What is that? Oh, there's also this novel. This novel, what do you call it? I uploaded it to YouTube. With my, what is it called, my AI thing that I do with the lore videos. Believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 8 chapters. Oh, okay, so this one is slow. This one is a little bit smaller. Okay, so why would you detail this and add absolutely nothing? You could have just added this, like, oh, this is novel published online only, and that's it. Why would you do this if you're not gonna add anything to it? This is what I dislike. This is why I dislike the wikias as a whole. Any random person can just add whatever and not like actually work on it. Oh hell yeah! It's the old Turok website. The Lamass class, a boom with a view, making parking lots, an intimate moment with Rhode Island, clock boards, hijacked by the Hayaks, the big kiss, and everything sucks. I wonder if I can like read. Oh god.
Reboot was more like a discount Dino Crisis.
Oh, this is actually pretty shorter. Reboot was like this. It is a discount Dino Crisis, literally. No, it's actually discount aliens. Except replace the xenomorphs with freaking dinosaurs.
My cousin introduced me that first time, man. First time, and it's bad.
I could probably make a video, like an hour-long video, like completely making a hole into that freaking game. Also, hello Maze, welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday evening today. I was reading the other Turok novel, what is it called, Path of Destruction, but my eyes started to hurt because of the application that I use. Hang on, let me actually put up the application so that you like. I'm pretty sure you already seen what it looks like, or anybody that hasn't. Where's the program that I use for the novels? I believe it's under my okay, so it's under here. Seeds of Evil, Unsorted, Novels. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so this is the application I use to read the novels, and I'm pretty sure the reason is like all white. I can't actually like flip the colors, is because this is just a scan of all the pages. So unless I open up Photoshop and like edit all the pages so that it's a black background and white colors, there's no way to do it anyway. there is an option to section settings, advanced theme. So over here you got the theme. However, even if you like switch between themes, it doesn't change
My
the
brother got me
actual
into
color.
Turok with Turok 2 lol.
Hell yeah,
Just
brother
to keep
from
in
another
check,
mother.
even just temporarily.
Brother from another mother, as they say. My brother was the one who introduced me to Turok 2 as well. Thank you for the follow.
Lucky because him
Love,
just starting
loves.
to catching up.
Very appreciated. I also remember he had the toys. I had
Also, I remember he had the toys lol.
I had, which toy that was not the one that I had? I think it it was the Adon figure. Let me find it. Google.com. Adon. No, wait. Turok Adon. Turok Adon figure. There we go. Images. This is the one figurine that I had. I think I paid like $15 in 2012. Also, thank you, Brandon Bartik, for the follow. Appreciate it. Wait, is there like a bigger picture of it? No, this is really low quality. There's no... Okay, here we go.
Carl came with a T-Rex.
Call game.
Yo, it got toys.
Yeah, it had toys. The problem is they were really cheaply made, honestly. So this is the one that I had. I had the Adon one. Okay, here we go. Wait, this is not the line. I do know that there is a one with Joshua in the T-Rex. Oh, there we go. This is it. Oh, it's a photo bucket. Oh, fucking hell. I hate it. There you go. Joshua and the T-Rex. I mean the... Wait, is that a raptor or a T-Rex? Looks like a raptor. But yeah, that's another one. Here we go. Oh, wait, this one looks cool. Turok Playmates, Lost Collectibles.
Reminds me Dinobot from Beast Wars.
Oh, so these were intended to come out to... So this is Joshua. I don't know which exactly this is. Like Joshua, I guess Joshua with like futuristic stuff. This is what's it called? An entrail, toll set. We got a freaking... Oh, I think this is Turok from World War II.
Lol, he got Turok, I got Resident Evil.
This is the World War II Turok. What's it called? Greyhawk. A T-Rex. Triceratops. The Campaigner with the... Oh, holy shit, the minigun is actually shoulder mounted. That's actually kind of cool. I always thought it was odd that the minigun looked like the way it does in Turok 1. What's this one? Joshua in... What is this? What is this dinosaur? I don't know what this dinosaur is called. Ankylosaurus, I think. The Campaigner again. Which one is this? Joshua? Yeah, it's Joshua.
Stages Taurus. IF the name lol.
Oh, Stagosaurus. Okay, no problem. We got Joshua in the T-Rex. And a T-Rex with a free... T-Rex dressed like a Turok. What the hell? I have no idea what the heck this is.
Coyote 82 dab.
Oh, it looks like a freaking bug. Is that the Campaigner? No, it's not the Campaigner. It's something else. Looks like a bug. Oh, what is this one? Joshua and the T-Rex. Oh, it's Carl. Oh, wait, this one is Carl. Carl, the Joshua's uncle. More dinosaurs. Villain of Legend.
HHMMMM.
Hello, Villain of Legend. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Happy Saturday. We're looking at
Hey.
at old Turok collectibles.
Happy Saturday.
I believe only these were the only 3 that got released. Along with this one with where is it? Oh, I forgot about that. Hello, Milo. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday today. What is this? Turok 2 uncensored kiosk, not for resale. Ooh. Oh, I think I know what this is. It's the demo, but it has blood. Let's see. Is there like a whole list? Turok 2. Red Bubble. Huh. Wonder what that is. Yeah, it's probably the Turok 2 demo, but it has blood and gore and all the stuff that was like obviously censored for people to like play the demo on malls and stuff. What the hell is this? I am Turok. There's something awful forums. I have no idea what is going on in this image. Red Bubble? The hell is this? iPhone case. What? Why would you do this?
Business suit guy in Native American.
Oh shit! Thank you for the super chat, Mace. Appreciate it. Pretty love the streams. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do what I do, you know. I don't know how else to say like thank you. Like I'm really bad at that. Oh, what is this? Aidan Keshkin, commissioned by Dress Up at Aidan. Who the heck is that person? And why? Oh, it's Reddit. I thought it was Red Bubble. Fire Emblem. Oh, it's a Fire Emblem character. Why would you do that? I mean, I dressed up my favorite anime character as Aidan, so why am I complaining? No, maybe I shouldn't complain about that. Offside screenshot test poster. Ooh. Oh, I put all of this into like what is it called? A video. It's on YouTube already, so you can find it. You can definitely find it. It's a concept art video. I don't remember what I titled it, but yeah, it's on YouTube. Legacy of Fires. I hate this. Stop reminding me that I can't play the Legacy of the Fire Seeds. Stop reminding me that I can't play the freaking the Doom mod, the Turok Doom mod. I hate it. I can't play it. No matter what I do, I can't fucking get that mod to display the 3D models.
Searching for the next month's shopping season.
Yes, I'm shopping for freaking gifts. The gifts that I'm gonna give to myself. Turok is a series of 6 first-person shooter video games based on the comic world. Okay, but where is the In 1998, Playmates released a line of toys based off the first Turok game, including articulated action figures that were sometimes sold with battle action dinosaurs that offered extreme battle scenarios. For the first wave of normal 6-inch action figures were Joshua, Fireseed, Adon, and Pramagen. The Dinosaur Hunter assortments came with aggressive style 8-inch dinosaurs and 3-inch action figures that had spring-loaded weaponry. Wave 1 consisted of Talset with Tribal T-Rex Jr., Joshua with Tribal Raptor, Carl Fireseed with Tribal Spinosaurus, and Pramagen with Triceratops Bionosaur. In February following year, another wave of Turok products were released at the New York Toy Fair and were essentially based off the sequel Seeds of Evil. Lined up for Wave 2 of the 6-inch action figures were Joshua in his tech armor, Talset, and a Dinosaur. Wave 2 of the Dinosaur Hunters would have included the Campaigner with his Raptor Bionosaur and Greyhawk Fireseed in his Tribal Pachycelallos. How do you say this? I'm gonna let the AI read this for me. I can't. Pachycephalosaurus.
Pachycephalosaurus.
Pachycephala. That. That. There were at least 4 brand new sub-factions of Turok merchandise that were intended to debut with Wave 2. The first one was a display diorama, which would have been priced at $14.99 and included 6 inches figures of Joshua with his raptor arch nemesis arranged in a rocky terrain setting. The second idea were the Lost Land dinosaurs, which was assorted of fiercely stylized 5 inches articulated price of $5.99, but included the Raptor, T-Rex, and the Megalosaurus. The third concept was the Battle Sounds dinosaur assortments, which were sculpted at 12 inches, marketed around $19 or $21, and had roaring and missile sound effects, combined with spring-loaded weaponry and realistic battle scenarios. Produced for this line was Joshua Farsi with his tribal Stegosaurus and Kilosaurus. Wait, what happened? Final verdict. Turok Wave 2 never reached the promised release date it was set for, and while no reason have ever been given, it may have been due to either Playmates losing the license or the figures being too ambitious and expensive to produce. Regardless, the Series 2 prototypes have not been seen since the 1999 toy affair and will remain lost. See, I told you. I only remember which ones Turok item figure. I only ever saw the Adon, the Joshua, and the Pramagen, what is it called, figures. These were the only ones that I ever saw on eBay. But the other ones from this from all this gallery, I never saw them online. Like, this is my first time actually seeing it. This is like my first time ever seeing this. I did know they wanted to make like a whole toy line, but for the longest time I thought, oh, they probably just didn't I don't know, Acclaim lost the license or whatever, or like they couldn't settle on something, and that's why they never released them. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad they never released them because they were cheaply made. The Adon one was like really, really shitty. I don't know if it was the age or something, but the hang on, let me solve that auction. Let's see. The glittering, the shiny bits, they kind of like peeled off. They kind of like peeled off, and the guns were like painted really bad. The Chronoceptor was kind of cool. I lost this figure when I moved, so rip. I don't know where it went. It probably disappeared in the sofa in some kind of like I don't know. I guess the Bermuda Triangle of moving or something. If it were up to me, I would have probably like if I had like the license, the Turok license, I would have just got to I would go to, what is it called? Good Smile. I think that's the company name. Yeah, I would go to Good Smile and be like, make me a figurine. Very good figurine. I don't care if it's a limited run. I want quality over quantity. That's what I want. And it would also be only Adon. And maybe Joshua and Adon, that's it. Or maybe one of the other Turoks, like Tulset, since he's like the other one that is like really well known and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, this one's pretty cool. I remember seeing this online every now and then. Like somebody made a figurine of the Sister of the Spares on their own. There you go. This is Adon. This is what Adon looked like, the figurine. Wonder if they have like Joshua, like a very distinctive, I don't know, better picture of it. Does she look like her, like the one in game? Let me see if there's like a picture of Adon from the game. Oh yeah, there we go. What the hell? Why is there a lens flare there? Okay, so we have this one. This is like the closest thing we can see to. This is probably my favorite art of Adon. Like literally, I literally commissioned a picture of her and my wait. Actually, if you probably watch my streams, you probably have seen it. Okay, I'm gonna hide this for while I find the thing. Where is it? Pictures. Where is it? I know it's somewhere in here. You just gotta wait for the thing to load. I'm on an SSD, and this freaking thing still takes its sweet time to load. Okay, there we go. Okay, wait a second. I'm actually gonna load another picture. Oh, wait. I have the visit. I'm gonna open the image. Wait. I should probably open the image itself instead of all the. Open link in new tab. Open image in new tab. There we go. Okay, so unfortunately I can't zoom in. There we go. I commissioned this piece. So like it's based off.
Portal set always alone.
Portal set always alone? What do you mean by that? He's literally the best Turok. He doesn't need
Likely
companions.
Why? Looks good.
There we go. So this is the original image, the original illustration, Turok, Adon, and friend. And this is the other alternate what I commissioned. I was like, you know what? I have the power to commission someone to draw me this picture with my original characters. Why don't I do?
Set alone, but hard.
So like, there you go. Wait, actually, I think I made a different one. Let me see. I requested the artist to. Draw a transparent version so that I could like edit.
OC.
The one on the left is my OC. She's based off Adon. Hang on. Let me open the Let me open the this image. No, it's not right here. Where do I have a full body picture of her? I should have a full body picture of her somewhere. Where is it? I have all of my images all over the place, and whenever I need to find something, I just can't find it. Ugh. Okay, I guess this one will do. Yeah, there's the full body picture of my OC. So she's essentially based off Adon. That's why she looks like Adon, but it's not Adon. Do I have a picture of Adon? Like let me see if I can find a picture of Adon. Shadow of Oblivion, Seeds of Evil.
Wow, she is cute.
She is cute. I made her cute. I requested my artist to make her cute. Wait, where is Adon? Full body picture of Adon. Assorted.
I think that she is young Aiden.
There we go. So this is, wait, is it showing? I'm not sure if it's showing. No, it's not showing. So I'm gonna have to minimize this one. Okay, there we go. It's not showing for whatever reason. Why?
Because Aiden in reality had as nearly 1,000 years.
Okay, so let me close this one. Maybe that'll fix it. There we go. Yo, so this is the full body version of Adon. Like, This is as close as you'll ever get as like a fully rendered Aiden picture. Let's see. Do I have another one? Yeah, I do have another one. This is the other one that I have. The different illustration. It's pretty big. So there you go. There's the other Aiden picture that I have. Unfortunately. So now let me go back to the other folder, which should be right here, and it is right here. So yeah, that's where the origin of my other OC comes from. Oh, here we go. This is the reference sheet. There we go. So that's this is the reference image, the reference sheet that I commissioned to. So that way I don't have to fumble around and like, oh crap, I want to get art of her, but I don't have like a reference sheet. So what do? Let me commission let me go commission a reference sheet, because maybe it will be useful sometime at some point. And there we go. So that's the origin of the Aidon OC. Let's see. Do I have any other one? I don't really have that many. Well, I do have like a whole folder of art that I get of both characters. Let's see. Is there one that is like kind of like I haven't shown? I think I've shown pretty much every art that I have, except for the newer one. The only newer one that I have. Which one is the newer one that I have? I don't have any new ones. So, never mind. I don't have any new ones. Hang on. Let's switch here. There we go. And let me move this one here, actually. So, wait. No, that's not the control key.
Me too. I stopped for a while.
Wait, what? Which one? It stopped for a while. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Yeah, that was a lot of stuff. Let's see. Let me move this one back here because it's kind of like gets in the way. So yeah, thank you for stopping by tonight to stream. Unfortunately, obviously, like I couldn't like continue reading because of my eyes started to hurt. Thanks to staring at the freaking screen, the white screen. There's a reason people use what is it called, dark themes on their applications and stuff. It's because of the eyes hurting after staring at them for quite a long time. Let's see, what else can I do? Oh, I should say, what am I going to do next week? Next week is gonna be Thursday. Okay, so Thursday, what can I haven't actually done anything, or I should say I haven't thought about what I'm gonna do. So Friday is definitely gonna be the God day.
Hopping for new arts from both you and me.
Hell you.
D.
Oh wait, what? What do you mean by that, chat? Yeah. So on Thursday, I have no idea what I'll do. I'll try to figure out something. Friday is gonna be God Hand because I was supposed to play God Hand yesterday, but I kind of got sick and I went.
VTuber 81 Sinyo Bongo Cat. VTuber 81 Sinyo Bongo Cat. VTuber 81 Sinyo Bongo Cat.
Bongo Cat. Okay. I like the Bongo Cats. Oh yeah, that's one thing that I'm also trying to do. It's like,
sorry,
I'm trying to learn how to freaking do, or I should say, I'm trying to get used to my freaking drawing tablet. Most of the time, I draw a line, I undo, then draw another line, and then I undo because I get like, yes, I'm pretty sure pretty much every single artist has like that, where they have to draw a line very specifically, and if it isn't drawn, it's like good, you have to undo it. That's my art journey so far. A lot of drawing and Control C, and I haven't actually drawn anything. So that's what I like. I'm trying to look into I'm trying to find one of those your character here templates to essentially try to get used to my drawing tablet. Also, somebody told me that Kitra is kind of good, but I can't get used to the Krit. Is it Kitra or Kritra? Wait, let me see. Krita. Okay, so Krita. I can't get used to Krita, like the UI. I've used Photoshop for so long, since I was like, I don't know, like 15 or 14, I don't remember. So I'm too used to the Photoshop UI to
I'm
switch.
not into digital art at all, but I know how it goes.
Yeah, no, how it goes. Oh man, at least with digital, I can't imagine how bad it is with like physical art. You can't undo in real life. So you have to, if you like make a mistake, you have to like just gonna pretend I didn't do that mistake. I'm just gonna draw over it and pretend it never happened. It's probably 10 times harder than digital art. It is definitely much harder, I think. Let's see. So anyway, let's see who is online. Let's go with Must Bro.
Light brush strokes, lol.
Light brush crush. I'm kind of tempted to do like an art stream when I just like show the Photoshop screen and I'm trying to like fumble with the with my drawing tablet until I get used to it. But no, I don't feel like that would be a good stream. Ugh. I'd rather just have like paint drying stream. I'd rather just have that. Okay, so let's go raid. Raid
Gray or color?
underscore broke. Gray. If you mean
Raid,
art.
W.
Oh yeah, raid the and we're gonna go raid an artist. Let's freaking go. Let's go raid an artist. They draw really cool. They draw really cool stuff. Or their art is like super cool. Like really like it.
We need more raid.
Heck yeah. So the artist is Most Broke. They drew me a piece. Wait.
Thank you very much.
I don't think I don't think I have enough time to show. Wait, actually, I may have enough time to show it. Wait, let me close this, close this, close this. Do I have enough time? I think I have enough time to show the picture that they drew of me. Assuming I can find it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let me quickly switch to the screen. They drew this. They drew this art of me. They have a really cool art, so that's why I've always like. I really like it. I really like their art style so much. But yeah, let's go rate them, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful evening, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next week with whatever I'll be streaming. And bye bye.